Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Tonight, the challenge of a full season continues. This is the Full Length Cup Challenge after all, where we continue to go full out with full distance. Tonight, the FLCC on Maconi Entertainment is happy to be at iRacing's virtual Pocono Raceway. As tonight, we get ready for the Scalene 400 here on Maconi. Good evening, everyone. I'm Justin Prince alongside Ms. Kirk Mills. Morgan Cook is our producer this evening here from Pocono as we get all set for 160 laps. Pocono Raceway is going to be interesting, and I know there's a lot of contention. Some say, like Ryan Vargas and Jeff Maconi, that this is a 5-quarter track. Officially, it's 3.
You know, I'm just glad that the greater NASCAR community is starting to realize this is a 5-corner track, just like it should have always been. But, you know, I got to tell you, it's going to be a hard track to pass that for sure here, Justin. And no matter what, we're going to get ourselves quite the show. We got a great set of field of drivers out there, a lot of them really high talent levels and different backings from different setup shops. It's just going to be real difficult to win this race today, Justin.
It is one of those types of racetracks that can chew you apart. Mind you, team standings coming into tonight, Black Flag is your top organization still. They've been going back and forth with Ryko and Team Conti in the mix all throughout the season. They're the big 3 after all. They've been dominating with the majority of the front runners when it comes to the contingencies. So far, if you aren't a part of those top 3 organizations, it's been a challenge to establish yourself in this season and in this series, it seems, Kirk.
Absolutely. 4th on back is almost double the points is needed to get them into contention, which is not going to happen. I think it's going to be one of those big 3 at the end of the season for sure.
And keep in mind, that's why a lot of your top runners are from those organizations here. Sean Conklin, still the top driver of the point standings. He's got a more than 400-point cushion from the cut line, looking very safe unless things went disastrously wrong. Dylan Basin with them. Lucas Hoyt's the highest without a victory, plus 283. The cut line for reference, Darrell's is up 14, but Thomas Komacheski only 1 point ahead of Johnny Avila. Matt DiCiani, a driver of the postseason last year, right now is outside the chase cut line. Same for Tanner Marti. Bobby Anderson, 11 out. It's pretty tight to start things off for the chase right now in your driver standings. But that in mind, drivers are ready to qualify throughout the past day and a half to make sure they were ready for driving around this triangle. Dylan Basin set the pole time during the week. He will drive his RFK racing car alongside Jonathan Delaney tonight, who goes with the Hershey's Killers, that is local to the state. Sean Conklin starts off in 3rd tonight. Lucas Hoitzma gets a top 4 starting spot this evening. Top 5 for Robert Miller, meanwhile. His Chevy will start alongside Adam Benefield, last week's race winner, by a few 1,000ths of a second. Nicholas Roman will start in 7th. Andrew Dyson's down in 8th spot here this evening. Ralph Hutchinson, a decent qualifying effort in 9th spot. Hunter Truill will start down in 10th, Kirk.
Starting in 11th will be Cameron Stone in the 57 machine alongside Johnny Avila in the 63. Starting in 13th tonight will be Joseph Gulata in the 99. He's going to make his way to the front. Casey Graves as well in the 01, starting 14th. 15th will be Alex Murray in that 22 machine alongside Matthew David Wood in 16th, matching the car number. Starting in 17th will be Bobby Anderson in the 5, and Stephen Williams will roll off in 18th today. Starting 19th again will be Tyler Hunter alongside Paul Gallimore, your top 20.
Throw back to 21st. That is going to be back there with Corey Moore in the 22nd spot. Timothy Harper, his teammate, starts 23rd. Brandon Hastings, busy with the truck schedule, starting 24th tonight. You throw it to 25th, that's where Nicholas Isaacs will run in the 2 car. Dave Hoytsma is going to set up shop entry 26th. Sean O'Brien Jr. and Evan Mesnard were set in the top 28. Mesnard missed the starting grid. William Owens and Alan Duggar, your top 30.
Rounding out the final cars in your field, Tanner Marty and Kevin Zosiak, 31st and 32nd, with our final car on the grid. Well, final couple cars looks like Neil Pearson and Jedi Taylor round out. Oh, one more even. Wow, 35. Devin Medeiros in the 20s able to come out and try and race today. And just as a little recollection, because Mesnard did not make the start, he's going to have to start from the pit lane. And also, he had a pole last week. So from starting up front and having a pole at Michigan, his first ever pole, to starting from the pits, not necessarily the start he needs to have a good day here at Pocono.
We have a couple others that did not make the grid. That includes Sean Conklin and Jason Taylor. Taylor went poof on the grid. Sean Conklin was inside row 2 from qualifying. We'll have to start from pit road, and that is interesting for the driver who led the most laps at Michigan last week. He ended up finishing top 3 at MIS in one of the closest finishes all season. Now he's going to have the challenge, starting from very far back, as another driver, Devin Medeiros, for some reason is not keeping up with the pack.
I'm sure he'll catch up eventually. Hopefully that will continue to work in his favor. You can see on your screen, 30 laps for stage 1. You should be able to make it on a tank of gas, no problem at all for stage 1. All out, just go for it. Stage 2, lap 95, that's going to be a different story. You can only really make it about 38 to 42 laps on a single fuel run. So that's going to be a big deal. And with only 6 sets of tires and 13X, you got to keep the car underneath you. You cannot wreck these things. If you get involved or hit the wall too many times, you might get DQ'd today. We saw a lot of that back at Michigan yet last week.
It's going to be pretty interesting with the tires. This is a track, that tire where in some of the league racing, I think our producer will say in our ear after we worked there last night, would say, not really high. Didn't matter at much in that race. Tonight might be the same for a lot of drivers where track position was king, Kirk, but I think this field's going to say, what turn 3, and where's that call for the start?
All righty. Well, you see it on the front. You got a pair of 6s. You got the 06 and the 6 in the front row. I thought that was kind of cool looking at it. But it's kind of been that way. Those 2 cars been up at the front battling each other all year long, really. Delaney and also Basin up there as well. Well, out of turn number 3, pace car is going to dive into the pit road. Reach down, pull them belts tight one more time from Pocono through that restart zone. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. Cars in the wall, 10 car. Alan Duggar, he hit the outside wall hard. He's wrecking Zosiak's around. Caution probably is going to come out at the back of the field.
Not yet. Zosiak spun around. They're saying get the car back going. Keep it green. Duggar, heavy suspension damage. And at least 2 cars, their contention is done.
10 car just looked like it's like his screen went black or his wheel disconnected. Watch what happens. He just snaps to the outside wall really quick.
Yeah, that just stopped turning. And Zodiac, that just de-wedged on his car right almost into Medeiros. That was close. Somehow, some way, yeah. That could have been our first yellow at a track, which you've raced NIS here, have you not, Kirk? If not, yeah, I think you would say, what's the normal script? Remember, 30 laps of wrecking, long run, 30 laps of wrecking, usually is the Pocono script for NIS.
Yeah, but this isn't NIS. These guys normally know what they're doing. But I got to tell you, that incident there was really unfortunate because, I mean, it's more of a freak accident. Zodiac did nothing wrong there. He just was in the wrong spot at the wrong time, I think.
Absolutely, and keep in mind, there were bumps down there, as one of the crew members would say. He had the bumps, and the bumps hurt him. Gallimore Mutsto's trying to cut his way through, by the way, but he's got no help. Look at the Toyotas link up. A lot of bump drafting for a couple of these drivers here. A few of these competitors just trying to connect in tandem like you normally see at a super speedway.
Yeah, it's really what this is when it's on the straightaway. You got so much drafting potential. You gain so much ground on the straights, and you can lose it if you're offline. That's just how it is at super speedways as well. As you're looking at that battle on your screen, Johnny Avila, I talked to him before this race started. He said he won't be able to compete the full distance of this race today. He'll have to get out of the car at some point after the stages. So because of that, his main goal is to get as many stage points as humanly possible.
Can he do that over the course of the day today? Well, you have to get up there first, and so far, the one who essentially started up the front outside of a couple drivers has stayed up there. For those curious, the drivers that are trying to cut from the back to the front challenge, Sean Conklin did catch up to cars already. He's already in 25th, and he's already making moves to approach the top 20 right now.
Yeah, I think that I still think he likes to start from the pits on purpose. You know, there's an old saying whenever you got yourself a good race car driver, they normally like to say, put me in the back of the field. I don't want to lead every lap. I want to try and pass everybody. It's a lot more fun for drivers that like to do that, and it gives them more skill. It helps them improve their racecraft. And I think that it's actually really beneficial for him right now. Instead of just sitting in clean air, running up at the front with the same guys not able to pass, he's able to learn how to handle the back of the, get more skills in the back. Even though he's a coke driver, remember, you're always learning. You never stop.
Facing the same thing, the 2 black stripes in the series for tonight's race at the very least. Right now, just taking his time. That's all you can say, because stage 2 will be a good time to pounce. We're 30-95N. Those distances we talked about earlier over the course of the run. One of your favorite drivers, that 16 machine, Matthew David Wood, holds on to 15. Hasn't really moved too much yet amongst these, all lined up in the pack like these drivers. So you're like Hutchinson. Really? It seems like one of those races you don't want to risk burning up the tires, and most of the field staying single file for that.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And not to mention, it's just so hard to pass that's why the majority of the time you're single file unless you're letting someone go. And yes, we're on board right now with Hutchinson. I actually spoke with their team just briefly before drivers meeting today, and I asked the entire team, which one of you think you're going to finish higher than the other? And Lucas Hoytsma spoke up and said, I think Hutchinson's going to get his first win of his career here today, of the season today. So because of that, I think that 19 is going to be one to watch. He's right now making a pass on Dyson.
There he goes, the quick move. It's kind of what you have to do, get it done before the tunnel turn. If you go side by side there's so much hold up because you're side drafting off each other, and if anything, builds up the run for everybody else. Alex Murray running about inside the top 12, +3 so far. Of course, had some eventful times early in the season, to say the very least. Tonight, looking to avoid the eventfulness and just put up some points on the board for his team that looks to gain some spots in the team standings.
True, yeah, he's kind of had a turbulent beginning of the season, to say the least. But yeah, I think that car could possibly have a great day today if he's able to get some good track position, and that's going to be the name of the game, guys. Oh, look out way back there in the back of the field, just behind Gallimore. Brandon Hastings got loose out of turn number 1. And that was a really sketchy corner. Let's take a look at it if we have a chance. I think that might be worth our time.
Yeah, let's see this right here. Believe in the case of the 99 running the music theme car still. Just runs to the bottom. Don't think that's the factor right here. I've seen one issue. Doug already confirmed screen failure. He just had a tank slapper coming out of turn 1 where that car just snapped loose on the throttle.
Beautiful save, though. Yeah, no, he did good. Kept the car right in the right spot and was able to continue on. Very good. Hopefully he doesn't burn up those tires again, but he's going to need a little bit of help to get back up towards the front as we're looking at one driver who's making his way to the front. That 17 machine is still on the move forward.
Yep, you see Conklin just continue to march ahead. His speed, by the way, is matching that of his teammate up the front in Basin. It's just that a lot of the cars that are back here are 0.3 off the pace.
Absolutely normal, Justin, at this point, knowing that we're this far back in the field, 17th, 18th, 19th. One of my favorite things in the world is having a 10th place car running in 25th because you could just pass everybody so easily. Sometimes that's just how it is. It feels good when you can do it. But right now, he's in a position where he's got a top 5 car running right now on the edge of the teens. So he's going to try his best to get up, as now it looks like up here in the front, Hutchinson, Dyson, Stone, they're all starting to choose different lines. Here comes Avila. Remember, he's trying to get all the stage points he can, going for 9th.
You see Avila trying to find a way to cut ahead. One of those now with legacy outside the series. And of course, I have to wonder if the 63 is going to be able to get some points here tonight. Talked about how tight things are in the postseason to be to the chase. Needs to start getting some good runs because as a driver, he knows how to do it. But he's only gotten 3 top 10s all season. That's how difficult the series is for a driver that in officials is one of the, I would argue, one of the top 50-ish drivers you can put into a car.
Absolutely. He's got the talent. He's got the ability. Now just getting that to the finish in this series is so difficult. You got to remember, you can't get that many X's compared to to the officials. You don't always get the same field every week in officials. You got guys out here that have full team backing. As Tanner Marty's offline, what happened to Tanner?
You see just how much some of the drivers are skating around here.
He's right in front of Gallimore, just like the 81 was whenever he had his moment. Maybe sitting in front of Paul Gallimore is not a good idea. Nothing against Gallimore. It's just, we'll see. He probably just got loose on his own. Yep, he just got loose on his own. Same thing as Hastings. He said it was one of his 3 least favorite tracks on the service is Pocono. Talked to Tanner Marty as well. He did not like this track at all.
And it is a track that's an acquired taste, if you ask me, because I'm not the best at Pocono myself. Lead, as you said, Delaney's on the bumper of Basin. Right now, take a look at Benefiel and Co., but there's that lead. Delaney just had to back up his entry, though.
Yeah, he was right on the back bumper. I'm sorry to interrupt you there, Justin, but he was like bump drafting him going into turn 2 that last time by. So I think the lead is going to be under contest here in the next 5 laps or so.
I think Delaney's got a good piece underneath him. Oh, yeah, trouble, front straightaway, car on the inside. Tyler Hunter, the API machine having issues. That's our 3rd driver to have an incident here over the course of this run. No caution.
Well, let's see what happened here. He was running side by side with Matthew David Wood. He's on the outside, Wood on the inside. Tyler Hunter in the 48. And look at the 17. He's trying to get up through the field as well. 48 tries to go do an under-over move. I love that. Tons of fun. Oh, he was not clear. He hit Conklin in the 17. Can we ride on board with the 17 looking out the nose? I think that's going to be the answer here. Yeah, this is going to be the view. Going out of the tunnel turn 2. He's going to go straight down this little straightaway into the left-hander. You're going to see these two go way lower. And Conklin's going to gain so much momentum here. He's going to get to the outside of the 48, but 48 won't realize that until it's too late. And there he goes. Luckily, not too much damage on Tyler Hunter there, I think.
Yep, and now the packs are split apart. The top 15 have built up near 2 seconds on 16th to 27th. The 28th, 29th to get 30th on back become very strung apart here. Now, touched a bit about fuel in terms of this. This should be, with the way the stint lengths are set up for this race, not going to be concerned, I think, for stage 1 with the full distance tanks. Stage 2 is the conversation point. But the fall off might be a talking point. There's only 6/10 of it over the course of this run with the full tank.
Track position will be king, Justin. Track position is going to be king. These cars don't burn tire nearly enough to be right. So at this point, it's going to be, the goal is to get to the front and stay there. That's the goal.
By the way, might be an issue for the 17 where he'll have to drop to the back again, Kirk. Remember that replay we watched involving Hunter? Just so happened, got front end damage from it. It's dents on the left and right front. You see the scrapes on both sides. That's still going to be at least 30, 40 seconds possibly of damage repair to fix the aero in the car. And that's why his car, all of a sudden, pace-wise, is a 10th off the leader.
You kind of expect that after hitting a wall a little bit. That's for
Or hitting
sure.
a car.
Or hitting a car, same thing. Same exactly. Both, actually, yeah. But I will tell you this. One thing I enjoy about watching these races is that when you get these little problems early in the race, you just know it's easy to fix. You just got to go down pit road. These cars are tanks. I say it every week. Get the car a little bit of repair so you can get that aero back. And then all of a sudden, guess what? He might be back into contention for the win here. But it's showing that the car was one of the fastest cars of the weekend. Tried to go through the field, and he was making progress. So it can be done, but it is extremely difficult. Oh, Galata just hit the wall.
Oh, and a little bit of issues there. Galata, who was very fast last season, taking his licks this season, got a scrape to the car. Looks okay, though. Running only about 18th. Cloat also got it.
More and more cars are going to hit that wall on the exit of turn 3 at the end of this race. Yesterday, when we watched the Friday Night Lights, those B cars, we had at least 16 cars hit that wall all at the same time.
Hold on
a restart. It was wild.
You know what's wild? The race lead. You mentioned the prediction of a few laps. Boom. There it is. 5 laps later, it's now on. Delaney's got the inside. And no. Outside squeezes again.
I think I had that audio piece, but I won't play it there, Morgan. Don't worry about that.
For those wondering, he said boo confetti. Jimmy Johnson reference. After all, I'm pretty sure that's still around on Reddit, although it's well forgotten. But in all seriousness, though, it's going to take a good run and also a lot of sidetrack possibly for the 6 to make the move. Hearing that Gallimore also just hit the wall. He's running down in the 20s, but he avoided damage. Casey Graves has a demolished right into the race car. So a couple drivers are stacking up at least 30, 40-second damage repairs over the course of this run. There's Graves with some on the struggle bus.
A lot of cars towards the tail of the field are having problems. I mean, everybody's having problems at the back of the field. Doesn't matter if your car's clean or not. You're at the back of the field. It's a problem day. Car I'm looking at right now is that 37 of Zodiac. The 06 is closing in on Zodiac right now, and that might throw some dirty air on our leader just a little bit. But Zodiac here, remember, he got involved in that first lap incident with Alan Duggar. And just to update our folks here, Alan Duggar came in the chat and said, sorry to whoever got caught up in that. Whoever got caught up in that in turn 1, my screen froze. So we had a screen freeze.
Yep. Oh, and some issues, lap traffic. Got a little bit sketchy to the inside. Zodiac going to force the leaders to go to the outside, possibly. Looks like he'll run middle.
Oh, wow. So he's running his own race. Remember, he's got to stay on the lead lap. That's the goal. He cannot let anyone else get by him. He's got to try and get that lucky dog now. So he's in a position now. That 6 car has gotten closer, and I think this is going to happen into turn 1. He's going to have a good run here, I think. 6 has got it. Yeah, he's got a good run. He's going to be there, and he's probably going to make a move into turn 1. Watch this.
Yeah, here we go again for the race lead. Already took a look a couple times now in 2. Doesn't work this time as they try and battle on the outside. Looks like Delaney going to try and rebuild up the run. Use that outside to his advantage. Now, that advantage they were building up, a little bit of it is going away as well. Because Lucas Hoytsma, Robert Miller, Adam Benefiel are closing in on this fight. Delaney scrapes the wall.
I found the leader can't get away that easily in this series. It's so hard to do that. You know, you won't see a situation where like Hamlin scooting out to an 11-second lead unless we're at a road course and Dyson's leading or something like that. Sometimes it could happen though, and it does, but it's not as often as you'd expect. That 6 car, he gets the runs. Look, that draft is so powerful. He's able to get those runs right to the back bumper all the way going into the corner, but he dives out so early. I think it's because he doesn't want to arrow push the 06 further out.
Yeah, now, that's the thing. You don't want to help make it harder for yourself. If anything, if he can get assistance from a teammate in Hoytsma, that might be more to the benefit. That's why he's taking these small little pokes, trying not to feed, I guess, draft to base it. But we still have 10 to go coming up in the stage per the lap totals coming into tonight. And now the 06 continuing to show what they can do here. Now, mind you, the entire top 10 except for Stone and Avila started here. It's opposite of last week where it was very much open season for drivers coming from back to front, apparently, Kurt.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it drove like a super speedway. And like they were able to go from the back to the front so easily here. And it was unique, but you're right whenever, holy cow, yeah, that 41 drives that car sliding sideways all the dang time. He's one of the best I've ever seen in it.
And as they go all through to the corner here, it's going to get interesting for Dyson. Got arrow tight. Deep ref time, nearly smacked the wall down, trying to hold on to 7th.
You know, I'm just now noticing this is a 5-car pack. The same thing that we have up at the front right now. The 5 cars all are within the lead draft as well. This is just going from Vroman sitting P6 going back to 10th. But just in front of them, if you look at the gap that he has to this top 5 group up here, it's kind of interesting to see that gap exist and to see how long it might take for it to dissipate, because I think it's closing.
Yeah, this group right now is, well, last time was 2/10 off, but they're running some of the drivers with draft, the same thing as the leader. So I don't think it's fully stabilizing for the lead car to get hooked up, but if they can get latched on to Benefield's draft, might be able to turn into a loosely connected train of cars. Good chance for Roman here to build up the run. Let's take a look at this, because now Benefiel is becoming the connector car, the bridge, if you will. This time through. Yep, it's back 1 to a second. Benefiel, 53.3 should say. 53.2 for Roman. That got him in the draft.
I tell you, like, he passed the eye test is what I was saying. Anytime you get a chance to see cars racing on the racetrack, sometimes you can tell one's going faster than the other without needing to look at the numbers. And that Roman machine definitely is right now.
Absolutely looking solid here. Gonna have to make sure not to overcook. Benefiel knows a solid competitor in the series. Got the first win of the season off his back. Could be one of the dark horses possibly for another title chance like last year when it came to the playoff format. The chase format might be one of the better ones for him because he's solid at getting those finishes around the top 10 at the very least. He's got 8 of them this season in 13 starts.
True. Benefiel, he's a guy who's going to have a chance of being super consistent when he finishes these races up front. He always does. So I think this new format system, if he finishes well in the points is going to be everything. He needs to finish in the top 5 in the points, I think, to have a realistic shot without winning a bunch of races. I think that's going to be the deal here, because he said right before he said in his post-race victory interview in Michigan, he said, hey, I did not think I was going to win this year at all, but then he got the win. And because of that, it might open the door to show that he can do it again.
I think he could later in the season at some of the tracks. Conti cars have been solid this season, but some of the others just making sure what they can do here late in the stage, coming up to 5 to go this upcoming time by. Robert Miller taking a peek now to try and rip away third. Lucas Weitzman trying to play defense. Looks like he's got the chance on the outside, and look at that zoom on the outside. That's just so difficult to beat unless you clear mid-corner.
Yeah, and that 15 didn't side draft too hard there, so that was really beneficial to both cars. I think that the 97 and the 15 are just going to continue racing like this, and you can't really side draft too hard because it slows both of you down.
Kind of does, absolutely. And now, this is the one thing some of the drivers were half jokingly saying, hey, why not make the virtual meter the size of your windshield to do the aero block here tonight and make sure you can defend by running the top? I mean, they are running the top to defend, so there's that part. We haven't seen the snake have to come out tonight.
No, have not had to see it at all, but that normally comes into effect the moment you might see Roman take the lead. Roman has a habit where he likes to start those snakes, so if he does get the lead, I would not be surprised if he started swerving down the straightaways.
And now, as they all try and make their way through to coming up to 4 to go, Delaney still hunting to find a way through. This is one of the tracks we might see a person or two think of a strategy flip. Will anybody take it? It has to be this time or next time.
If you need to do it.
And keep in mind, you have to be within a certain interval of the leader. Arguably, top 15 would do it. So, is anybody going to do it? We'll have to find out, or if everyone's just going to keep it status quo. Battle for third, side by side again.
Yeah, you can see they're snaking a little bit now that we started talking about it. Side by side, you can see the 15 of Miller on the bottom, Hoytsma on the top. Hoytsma's trying to swing the momentum around the outside, but I really do think these guys need to come to pit road. They absolutely do. Flip the stage and give up the stage points. Keep the track position. That's the mentality I think is going to end up winning a race here today.
Yes, and here we go, close. No, Miller couldn't clear, and nobody attempted the flip except for one. Matthew David Wood is the only driver attempting it, running outside the top 10. He's one of those in the SLOW camp. His teammate Robert Miller, I think's got it. Yes, slams the door in Hoytsma's face.
That under over move got blocked. Here comes the 83. He's going to try and make a pass on Hoytsman now. He's going to push him. There's 3-car tandem push right here. My goodness.
Forcing the push too hard in the corner, maybe even. Looks like that's not going to happen. Lucas Hoytsman used the apron to get some rotation. They all stay single file. Pit road closing this time by. Matthew David Wood's already completed service. Looks like it's going to be close, though, with some of the leaders here. Leaders are coming off turn 3. David Wood exiting pit road. Pit road closing this time. So Matthew David Wood just came out and will remain on the lead lap by about 4 or 5 seconds. So he will likely be your leader to start stage 2.
It's the right idea. It's absolutely the right idea. The track position means so much, and it's only 1 lap differences. Now we got a replay of what we saw last week. Benefiel on the bottom, Hoytsma on the top. That's the only thing that's different is exactly last week. It was the other way around. Benefiel was on the top getting the win. But that was last week, but this week it looks like Hoytsma's going to hang on to the position.
Stay single file, and now we come to one to go on the racetrack in stage number 1. Dyson look to try and show he can slice and dice. Been a quieter season compared to last year where he was the driver on the road courses. Yet to get a win this season. He stays in the line. They're trying to snake around meanwhile. Outside the top 10, there goes Benefield trying to rip underneath the 97.
It's the money lap. They got to get all they can get right here, right now for those stage points.
Come around in stage number 1. Benefield got side draft on the 97. Will Hoytsma gives space, looking like he's trying to set up the run on the throttle. Benefield got a better run to the corner, but the 97 yet again gets the better run down the straight. Benefield right on the fender. Side by side for one of the top spots on the track. Green-white checker flag, Dylan Basin over Delaney and Miller. Hoytsma has the advantage and will get 4th. Benefield top 5 over Vroom, Dyson, Hutchinson, Stone, and Johnny Avila holds back Alex Murray. For the last spot in the top 10, here's a look at the interval of 5.9 seconds. And just like that, it's Beso getting himself up at the top of the board by 0.8. Led every single lap in that stage. And now it's the next important step. Can you execute pit stops at a track like this? You cannot afford to lose clean air, it's obvious tonight.
I think the real story is that they're going to come down and take 4 tires and gas. I don't see anybody trying to do anything crazy there. I think this lineup's going to look mostly the same, with the only exception being that it will be the driver of that 16 in first place when they come back around.
Still catching up to the pace car. Matthew David Wood's going to have a long way to go around. Or, I mean, 2.5 miles is the distance here at Pocono, mind you. That's not contested, I think. Yeah. And Dylan Basin did confirm that came in late, for those wondering, in terms of the Conklin situation. Because remember, the leader, as well as Conklin, amongst those that do have eNASCAR connections, they talked about in terms of situation. So, getting all set to go. For pit stops, we'll take a break. You're watching Maconi Entertainment.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need: Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome back, everyone, where you see a couple people still down pit road. Conklin getting repairs done on the 17th. Now, as this is going on, Delaney had issues Same for Hastings. Both of them smoked entry on pit road for their box.
He's going to lock up the rear brakes. Watch this 6 car right here. This is kind of a disaster of a pit stop right here. Definitely going to go to the back after that.
.23rd now for Delaney in his situation. Hastings will have to come around again because he didn't even make his pit stall. So disaster sequence for a couple drivers. That's why the 81's second on the racetrack. And now Wood will look to control the field and be the next race leader of this one. Getting all set to go for the restart. Basin will start on the outside as a result. Thoughts on stage 1, where we've seen how important it was to make sure you stayed up at the front.
Yeah, I think that this is actually going to play in Matthew David Wood's hand here for stage 2 because his teammate's right behind him. Robert Miller. They're both teammates. They're working together. They're going to be nose to tail on this restart on the bottom of the racetrack. I talked to them both before this race started, and they said track position is going to be the name of the game. They want to stay up front the entire time, and so that's going to be the goal for those guys. But, you know, I think it's actually going to be an awesome thing to watch. I can't wait to see how that 6 car and the 17 are going to make their way back to the front, because I know that they both are. They're fantastic drivers, and it's going to be fun to watch. Hate to see that they're in the back right now. I mean, most of the time they run up front, but, you know, little things here and there put them in the position where they are. That little contact with, I believe it was the 48 of Tyler Hunter, sent that 17 machine to the back, and then that other contact with the 6 car on pit road, he just locked up the rears. So weird pit stop problem, sent both of them back, and now we're going to have ourselves a show.
Getting ready to go here. It's going to be the 16 and the 06. Ready to fire the 15 and the 97, the 41 and the 19, 95 and the 22, 83 and the 57. Ready to roll, coming up to 126 to go. 95 is our mark for stage number 2, so a lengthy second stage here tonight for drivers to have to strategize with. Can Matthew David Wood prove the importance of clean air? Well, Basin trying to attack immediately. Here goes the 16, off and away. Has a teammate right behind him to push. Robert Miller trying to follow him to take away second.
Goes up to block the outside line, get a good entry to turn 1. Now those 2 guys have got to hold off the Coke driver right there. It's going to be hard. He's one of the better guys in the field. Fastest car so far in the first stage.
Hearing those incidents behind. Look at Hunter Trullo down on the inside on the bumps. Oh my goodness, right into the path of Bobby Anderson. Caution is out.
Oh, good God. Let's take a look at it. See that 71 on the bottom following in. Oh, he gets up in that middle lane. Looks fine. Oh, 57's going to... Oh, I don't know how he got loose. He just got loose, but he goes through the bumps. This is the worst bumps in all of NASCAR right there. I think he got air, too. 17 is so lucky. 17, my goodness. I thought he was going to get taken out there. That was the luck of the draw right there for Conklin.
Yeah, see that hands work. Remember, you had to fix the front bumper. And we'll have to take a quick break here. Apologize here. We'll work on this in a moment. You're watching Maconi.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to tonight's coverage here of the Full-Length Cup Challenge. We apologize for that technical difficulty in that situation as we are still getting ready for the restart. Matthew David Woods, your leader, with Robert Miller, his teammate, next to him. Basin and Lucas Hoitzma, followed by Dyson and Hutchinson, getting ready to get back underway from the Pocono Mountains. The restart zone we go. Green flag is out. As you expect, the 2 teammates get the count, but the second row also got it guessed.
No one really fanning out this time here, Justin. And up until I say something, then the back sure does. But up at the front, the fan out happens in the corner.
Right now, Miller still trying to work his way on the outside of the fin. A little bit of chaos in the back. Conklin and Munster's on the bumps. They were able to survive yet again. 3 wide for them as Mesnard goes the inside. That was the most aggressive battle to start things off for turn 2 off the restart. Meanwhile, Basin is losing spots up front because he's stuck on the inside.
What a perfect restart for those top 2 right there. Those 2 teammates working together right now. That short little occasional winner's slow up there in the front side by side for second now as the 15's getting under fire from Hoytsma.
There goes Hoytsma zipping his way to second. They'll have Basin have the better run too. Into the wall goes Miller. That sets up the run for the 06 here. The problem is, Basin's just got nobody to draft off of because no one's going to run that inside line by choice. Miller, at the very least, though, recognizes the speed. In his case, lets him go.
Able to pull in front right there in front of Dyson for that 15 machine.
Yep, right now, everyone just trying to square away where they want to go. That includes Murray. He's using the outside of his advantage in the battle for what is 9th.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Currently working through a technical situation. We apologize for the technical difficulties, but we are live. Yes, you are looking at a screen with the iRacing logo to your left, but we are going to go radio style. And we work through the situation here. Dylan Basin just took over second with a pass coming out of the tunnel turn on Lucas Hoytsma. The race leader is proving clean air is Kane. Matthew David Wood on 5-lap older tires because he went for the undercut call before the end of stage 1, has the gap by 0.7 of a second and is running the same pace as Dylan Basin, who is now P2. That gap is closing a bit down the straight, though, into 1.
Absolutely. The top spot, Matthew David Woods got about 7 or 8 car lengths before they got back all the way to Basin, and then 3 car lengths back to Hoytsma, who is right now under fire from the 15. Those 2 cars have been battling each other for the last few laps quite a bit. And yeah, absolutely. There's a huge line of cars behind that 15, though. For going from the 41 back to the 99, there is a total of 7 cars nose to tail. One mistake could really cause a problem here exiting into turn number 3 now.
And as we work through the technical situation, here is how they run inside amongst your top spots. Matthew David Wood, as mentioned, has the race lead over Dylan Basin's 06 car. The 97 is Lucas Hoytsma. He's got a 2-car length advantage down the front over Robert Miller. He's followed in line by a 5-car length difference to Andrew Dyson and Ralph Hutchinson's 19. The 95 and Nicholas Vroman in front of the 57 of Cameron Stone into 1. Adam Benefiel is trying to hold off the 22 of Alex Murray in the battle for 9th position. Trouble coming out of turn 1. Murray clapped the wall right into the path of Joseph Galata's 99. They're fighting side by side for your final spot inside the top 10. Inside, Galata gets the give and go by Murray. Murray lets him have the spot in the tunnel turn. That's in front of Timothy Harper, who rounds out the top 12. Murray is now running 11th.
back up towards the front in turns 3, heading on the exit of the corner onto the long pond straight right here. I could tell you that 15 and the 97 have been making really close gains at each other. 15 keeps showing the nose to the inside, getting side by side. But on the exit, that 97 is able to carry so much more momentum. And throughout this entire sequence, Dylan Basin has now caught the back bumper of the 16 of Matthew David Wood for the lead. They're separated by less than a car length into turn 2.
Rumbling their way off the corner. Wood drifts up, claps the wall. Here comes the run for Basin. Builds it up alongside the trees. Gets the brick wall of Arrow, even on speed now with Wood. Doesn't elect to go for the cut inside yet, but will go just about equal on the lane outside of a half a headlight for the Clean Air. That top 2 pulled away by now by 6 to 7 tenths. That's a gap of about 7-8 car lengths over Hoytsman to 3.
Yeah, those two cars are showing some speed right here. The 06 and on the exit of turn 3 is running a different line than the 16, choosing to do a wide arcing entryway. It seems to be working down the straightaway. He's got the run. He's right on the back bumper. He can pull out anytime he wants, but it seems like he's staying right in the tire tracks of Matthew David Wood until turn 1, where he jumps up to the very top of the racetrack, and Matthew David Wood tries to go to the bottom.
Off the corner, they'll try it yet again with the dancing game. Basin going down to the middle. Wood also in the middle. They drift their way back up towards the outside by the Pocono line. Up to the 1 cone, up to the tunnel turn. Basin again offsets his entry. Wood misses the bottom in through 2. Basin's got the run. Takes the poke to the inside. Alongside the sponsors to the numbers of Wood. Inside dive for Basin to the race lead.
Just like that, going from an abysmal restart at the beginning of the stage, exiting turn number 3. He's now in the lead, got the lead back, but don't say it's over yet, because Matthew David Wood's got a run on the straightaway.
Tries to get the response back. Can he get to the inside? Up to turn 1. They work higher. Wood does a lane. Basin much more easier on the dig on entry. Sends it in through apex. Gets the gap built up to 2 car lengths. And right now, the gap is maintained down the back straightaway. All single file for everyone else. Meanwhile, the first side-by-sides, you have to go well down the order to basically the grandstands. Everyone single file out of 2.
It's just a long straightaway. Remember, we got a long way to go too in this race before we actually start seeing some green flag pit stops. I think that could absolutely happen if this continues at the rate we're going. Before the end of stage 2, we will see cars go down pit road. Gotta tell you right now that the straightaway is all just single file from first, going through the entire field until you get to about where Jonathan Delaney, remember, he was running in P2 most of the run. He is now currently sitting in, looks like that is going to be P number 12 at the moment. He just now made a pass on Alex Murray, trying to move forward even
Caution
more.
flag is out. Mesnard, Munsto's on the brakes. Madero's around. Sosiak slides to the grass. Pictures are back. Welcome back to a crash in turn 1. And just like that, we're back under yellow at Pocono.
What on earth happened in the back, folks? So let's see if we can. We do have a replay of it. Let's take a look at it. Oh, that's amazing. We got so lucky the feed came back right at the right time.
Isaacs right off his nose.
Good Lord. And he got his teammate there, and then the 42 of Moore, and then also the 73 of Mesnard also piles in. Lunar Esports had 3 of their cars involved in that one.
That entire team is in shambles, following the dead zone path. But that is a joke before anyone takes that serious. But in all seriousness, for some of the drivers like Corey Moore, I think their thought was cars would roll down the track. Let's see what the 42 see. Up high, on brakes, gap never closed.
Who's that behind him there? I can't tell who's in that car.
Oh, look at Dave Hoytsma.
That's, golly, not a fun situation to say the least. He's just minding his own business back here, you know, not hurting nobody. I don't know if he can see the smoke up ahead. Let's see if we can catch it.
And obviously he's out of the race. Started to see it. I think he was well too quick. I think he started to see it and just couldn't get it woed up.
Yeah, he hit the brake, got loose, and he lifted to avoid spinning out. And at that point, he just let it keep rolling. So takes out a lot of good cars. Big wreck unusually happening here on lap number 48. But we're right now about to start lap 50 in a 160 lap race. Let's see who goes down pit road. I think they all will.
And no, they will not. Wood does come down. Same for Robert Miller. And Joseph Galata, Alex Murray, Sean Conklin amongst those who do. This does not get you on the fuel. This is an interesting play. The thought might be take the fuel only or tire stop for the second stop at the stage. It gets you close to the distance on the stage. This might be an interesting one.
It's a stretch. I mean, a super stretch. Not trying to joke about the front stretch here. It is something where you got to go 45 laps if you pit right now. But think about this. You're still going to have probably 2 more laps under caution here. I think people are going to go down top off the next couple laps, and it will be much closer than what we may have had if they would have went green this lap. So I think we're going to have 43 laps they're going to have to push. They got a super save to make it on this tank of gas.
Why don't we ask one of the drivers involved in that strategy? I've been wanting to see if we could chat with him here because obviously had pit road situations. We talked about how one of the teammates, Sean Conklin here, did mention that he was working, I believe, on the NASCAR side because was trying to get confirmation from Ken Byron, who also missed the start of the race. In his case, because he was working on the NASCAR side. Sean, you've been around everything tonight. How's it been trying to set up for NASCAR and then joining into a flurry of Pocono?
There was no setting up for NASCAR. I rolled out of bed about 3 minutes before this race, and we missed the start. We did a lot of work today and was quite tired. So, yeah, I had to get a little bit of rest before this race. We were looking good there in stage 1, and we were passing a lot of cars because the top was in, and we got caught up in an incident there and got a lot of front end damage. So we're in the back again. Had to go fix that, trying to make our way towards the front. Playing a little strategy here, but definitely a lot harder to pass than stage 1 because the top lane is not working like it did earlier in the race. So it kind of only leaves 3-ish lanes left to pass, and the car in front or any cars in front can easily kind of block off those lanes. So it's been quite hard to pass, but we'll try to play the strategy game here and see what we can do.
Talk about the fuel mileage. What's the thought on the fuel strategy here with the pit stop as we're coming to about 44 to go on the stage?
Yeah, we'll try to save fuel to the end here. See if we can stretch it to the end of the stage. If we can, that'll be really beneficial. We'll be up front for stage 3 and collect some stage points after we didn't get any in stage 1.
Let's get back to your team here as we come to the restart. Thank you for the clarification. I know there was a lot of discussion on that here, Sean. Thank you very much, Sean Conklin. As we get ready for the restart, his teammate Dylan Bason's up at the front of the field. I mean, as we get set to go, going to be an interesting strategy collage here over the course of this run here, Kirk.
I believe the longer this race is going to go, the more I'm just reinforced here that I think that those Ryko cars are going to find their way to the front. Bason's just was able to chase down that 16 on that last run. He was able to take the lead back over, and now he's going to have the control car spot for this restart on old tires, albeit, but keep that in mind. He's the fastest car out there so far today. Let's see if that continues.
On lap 51 to 52, Bason's off and away. Good start for him. He'll control the pack as they battle it out for second once again. Has been able to break away here over the course of the run, but now has an air black flag machine in Hoytsma, ready to try and hold on to second if he can get the run off 2. Yes, he will. Or off of 1, I should say. Going off the 5 corner. No, he will hit the wall instead.
Oh, they're wrecking off at the turn 1 car's around. It is the 81 of Brandon Hastings around.
Caution flag is out. And I think the 81 might have some issues. There is smoke still coming from the left rear. I think he got loose across the exit here.
I think he may have had some help a little bit. May have gotten loose too, but I thought he may have gotten a help getting the rest of the way around. Maybe the 22. Well, he was loose on his own, but 22 finished him off. 80. It wasn't 22's fault there. He had nowhere else he could go, but that 81 definitely got loose, and then you saw what happened the rest of the way. I hate to see it for him too. He was having not a great day, and it's just gone from bad to worse right now for 81 at Hastings.
It's crashed on pit road. Then this. It's kind of cascading for one of the drivers who works with Tricon Garage in real life. Now that being said, that really helps everyone who just pit, doesn't it?
Yeah, actually, I think it's an opportunity to come back down and top off. That's going to be the right thing to do. You had to come down pit road again. So now they know they can make it with somewhat of a surety. And the folks that stayed out, they don't have to, the guys who just, came down pit road, they don't have to save as hard as they once might have had to. So now, Basin, Dyson, and Hoytsman is going to be in a different position where they might want to put on the jets the entire time.
So let's see if they come down pit road now that we're just about at a fuel mark. This will be the very top of the run. Still have to probably save, and they lose track position. Conklin, for reference, 17th on the racetrack. No one really got a chance to make a move. This does help Kevin Zosiak, though, who was involved in a couple cautions already tonight. He'll work his way around the outside and be the only driver one lap down to get the lucky dog. And yes, indeed, everybody else is coming. Does that take a lot of the others down with them who stayed out? Of course not. They stay on the racetrack.
That is how fast you can go from the back to the front right there. That was fast. Conklin was sitting in the back most of the day, but now went from the back to the front just like that. And he's going to have a fast car. Good tires still. They only made it one lap, barely even a lap. One corner, really. So, it's only benefiting those that came down last time. And look at who's in third. That's not normal. You don't get Nicholas Isaacs up at the front that often. I'm happy to see that two-car up towards the front. And Paul Gallimore, too, both cars. Very cool.
Isaacs involved in a caution already tonight. Part now gets himself to the front with this situation. Going to be right behind Galata and co. Isaacs is literally the only Fortis car in the field tonight. Why don't we give him a chance to chat with somebody instead of being on an island? Nick Isaacs, this is the broadcast booth calling you from the island. How are you feeling?
I guess I'm feeling okay.
How would you describe fuel? Go ahead. Oh, you don't know about fuel?
The stage. On fuel, the end of the stage. Thinking about going in here and pitting for fuel.
Pit road would be closed, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind. I don't know, man. I feel kind of bad. I'm thinking about what happened between me and Devin. I can't tell if that was on me or if we just got together. So that's just kind of wrapped up in my head right now. So I don't feel too good about that.
That just means you didn't do it on purpose, right there.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. I just didn't know what was going on. I just kind of went high, and we were just kind of racing there, and I got into his left rear, and it just sent him into the wall.
So, on that note, game plan. What is that game plan now that you've got the track position, and now we'll have to be in fuel save?
Oh no, I'm gonna get smoked. No, I'm not used to being up here with this stiff competition. I'm gonna get smoked. So these guys are good. I'm old and has been. I just do the best I can, man. That's all I can do.
How old are you, Nick?
47.
47. All right. Right at the tail. That's cool.
That's it. Just turned 47.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Well, Nick, good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Nick Isaacs?
Yep.
Working on his own? Well,
I don't know. Hey, go ahead, Justin.
I mean, that's 2 for 2 on honesty, I guess, tonight. I guess that's now a badge that everyone's trying to get tonight.
Yeah, that's 17 when he came in for his interview. I'm like, you're giving him a pretty good out right there. Nah, he's just like, yep, I just woke up. Yeah, don't worry about it. Missed it by 3 minutes, just barely. Oh, man. But then him, like, he could have been like, yeah, I'm going to try and win this race. I got this, got the track position. It's going to be awesome. And then he says, nope, getting smoked. Oh, God. Appreciate the blunt honesty these days.
I know back in the day, you used to rush home trying to boot at the computer because you knew a race was in 5 minutes or 4 minutes or 3 minutes, and it's like, come on, computer, start. And it takes 2.5 minutes instead, and you end up missing registration by 5 seconds or something along those lines. I almost wonder if that may have came into play, but that in mind, we're coming up to 105 to go in the race. There is still plenty to go in the stage, and everyone who just pit this time is at the top end of the making window estimates. We're underway. Good restart. So far, the 2 is okay.
Yes, 17 went up to block the outside line. That 2 car did not give much of a push at all. Let's see how Paul Gallimore and the 2 car of Isaacs do. Turn 1 and 2. Hey, not too bad. He's hanging on. That's not bad. Keep it up. Come on. Not bad. Okay, a little bit further back. People getting in the wall. They keep it straight. But yeah, Isaacs, you're P3, bud. Enjoy it.
Here we go in the battle. 3 wide. 4 sets 2 wide now. Dylan Basin amongst those trying to push through those who are attempting to stretch it. Basin looking to the inside. You see a couple of the others. Electro up here. Defending. Ralph Hutchinson. He's trying to capitalize on this. He's the first driver on that strategy as they go 3 wide again behind him.
And that 16's trying to get back from the back to the front again. Top 3 are all bumper to bumper. They're bump drafting into turn number 1 again. Oh my goodness.
All sorts of diciness here over the course of this one. That being said, look at Beso. Working his way on the bumps up. Lucas Weitzma getting himself squeezed up. Alex Murray gives him a little assistance. Now, 2 by 2, everybody holding each other back here. Nobody able to capitalize for 3 wide. There's a look by Basin. He looks to the inside of the 06.
Oh, 2 car just overdrove that entry a little bit just in front of him. But I got to say, he's not getting smoked right now. He said he thought he was going to get smoked. He's gotten passed by 2 cars since the restart. That ain't too shabby.
Yeah, right now that 11 machine looking to zip underneath the 2. Right now outside Isaacs. Outside working there, and there he goes in the wall. In the wall, and everybody's in it.
Hoytsma, big hit.
Into the track he goes. Right in the path of Corey Moore again.
Corey Moore has just had so many wrecks. And Matthew David Wood involved as well, but that all stemmed from that car getting tight, that 2 car getting tight, and then a chain reaction event that sent the 97 spinning into the inside wall. Man, it just breaks my heart to see that 97 get involved in that too. Last week, losing the race just by 6/1000ths of a second, and now this, week after week, heartbreak for that 97. He did nothing wrong.
Yikes. Corey Moore tried to squeeze into a hole. The problem is, that was like trying to squeeze a square peg into a round hole. Pearson having some good dodges. See what happened here. Right now, Pearson 24th. After the dodge right about here.
Not too shabby. I like that one.
I've got a little bit of luck to get on through the incident, and now, if there's any concerns on gas, do you come down now if you're amongst those who went the previous time, or do you risk it?
Nah, you stay out. You're probably going to stay out.
I think
even
there's
if
one
you're
car.
on the well, go ahead. One car.
I think there's one car that would pit. The guy who wanted to pit with the pit road closed.
Yeah, I think that 2 car might take advantage of that. But give some credit to Paul Gallimore, though. He's kind of hang on to a top 4 spot. We don't normally see that BMP machine up towards the front that often, but when we do, it is a very welcome sight sitting P5 right now. I like seeing that 11 up towards the front. I like the paint scheme. Reminds me of Daryl Waltrip's old 11 car, if you know what I'm talking about.
I mean, I think that's where the number font comes from, essentially. And he's had a solid piece in some races, and it looks like he almost chose pit wall. And as predicted, Nicholas Isaacs is literally the only driver who stayed out on the previous caution, come down pit road. Tanner Marty, William Owens, and a couple others who pit the last caution are coming on down. They were among some of the incidents. Matthew David Wood was one who stayed out, but also kind of the wreck. Bobby Anderson, lucky dog. He only needs 8 more to get on the lead lap.
Well, I think he can probably get on a lead lap if things go the wrong direction, but a lot of things can happen. Also, he's the owner of the league. He could just wave himself around if he really wanted to. He'd probably cause a stir, but I mean, he kind of is the guy in charge, isn't he?
Kind of so, yeah, of course.
Not saying he's going to, but I think it's kind of funny that he has that power.
I don't think he's doing that. No.
Of course not. He wouldn't do it. But I think it's still kind of cool.
In all seriousness, though, good opportunity to catch up with some drivers here. Why don't we check in with Robert Miller here if we can, because he's working with Matthew David Wood. Matthew David Wood's had a roller coaster. Robert Miller has had a solid season so far. 15 car running in second with the strategy plays. Robert, do you have a copy?
Gotcha.
How are you feeling about your trip to Pocono so far?
It's going good. The car's better than I thought it was going to be, honestly. I think the weather's giving me a hand with it during testing, so I think we'll be all right. As long as I can stay in the front, then we'll be okay.
How describe the team dynamic this season with your organization, that, especially with its creative name and a couple different team representations with both Altus and now Legacy a part of it?
In general, we're still Outlier. That's really what we kind of came up with. We choose Outlier folks to be in this team, but it's just a fun thing. We're here to have fun. That's all it is to it. And slow. I mean, it's just a funny thing. Just emphasizing the fact that we're here to have fun and not take this too serious.
I mean, I think Matthew David Wood's in the top 16 in points. I think the team name is almost the opposite of the effect, but that's just me. That being said, the approach here.
Stay in front. Track position. That's all that matters right now in this race. Track position.
Oh,
well,
how bad was your teammate's damage on that 16, if you don't mind sharing?
He's fully serviceable as of now.
Oh, that's good. Happy to hear.
Yep.
Let you get back to your teammate. Good luck here.
Thank you.
The short little occasional winners will someday get an occasional win here with the team name here in the run. So far, some interesting speeds for their drivers this season. Now, that being said, we're getting ready to go for the restart, and your 5-time race winner this season, Sean Conklin, is the control car. 7 laps led, going from the bed to the steering wheel, and holding on right in front of the pack here, coming up to the restart with under 100 to go in the race itself. And we still have 35 to go on the stage. Now I'm coming to 34.
That 15 car is a straight shooter, by the way. That interview, he just gave you straight answers, no fluff. Pretty good guy. Now, whether or not he's going to be able to try and win this race, we're going to find out on this here restart. That's going to be fun. Galata's now up front. Hutchinson's there. They think Hutchinson's going to try to get his first win of the season today. We'll get a good sense of how the cars are going to do on this restart.
A lot of drivers out of the race for those curious. Lucas Hoitzma is amongst those on the tow truck. Corey Moore still getting repairs done. Mesnard, Taylor, Medeiros, Dave Hoitzma, Johnny Avila, Alan Duggar. You're off or out. We're back on our way. Rolling forward, side by side, they work for the lead. Good start for the 15. Right right now. Conklin doing a good job on the inside. Tight for Miller, into the wall he'll go. Second time Gulata's had to check up for an incident like that today. Now they work, meanwhile, down the back with Hutchinson getting the push from Basin.
Yeah, him and the 19 both hit the wall a ton. I think the 19 just followed him in. 11 cars a little tight right now, too. Gulata's going to hang on to third, but the battle for fourth, look at that. Paul Gallimore and Ralph Hutchinson. And a huge gaggle of cars all behind him. And the 6 car Delaney went up all the way to the outside wall trying to gain some momentum here.
Been a interesting season for Gallimore. That BMP car able to hold on. Look at Stone losing a bit of ground here. One of his Conti teammates pushes on through. Dyson is the one who moved him out of the way, apparently, according to reports. Now they work their way through the corner, offset 3 wide. By the way, that context for that is there was 3 wide for Stone with Dyson. He was. So it's not necessarily a push.
Oh,
there's a push, though.
No, it's the big one. The 83's involved. So was the 22 and the 01, the 81. Multiple cars slide on the exit of turn number 1. Caution's coming back out for the big one on the exit of 1.
That was a cascade effect, if you will. 71 might be the focal point here, Hunter Truel, because he got a little bit of contact, some aero, some physical. That's from Daiso.
Oh, man. My gosh, look at the air the 83 Benefield got. The 29 kind of couldn't get woed up, hit the 62, and the 16 was collected. This is a big crash. You don't get that very often in the manner that it happened down the straight. Normally you get it on the exit of the corner, but not halfway down the straightaway.
Yeah, doesn't help he caught the wall in the first place. I think he was just trying almost to get on line, but was not clear. And obviously everybody else joins into the frenzy. Oh, by the way, Race Control just warned if we get under caution, they'll go to single file restarts, Kirk.
Oh, my, not again. We had that last week.
Let's take a look from the bottom. And it becomes a traffic jam. As you can see, several drivers try to slam on the brakes and still cascaded into it. Had to think the side draft attempt was part of that, but still,
yeah,
there was definitely some internet connection differences, I think, initially too. But not expecting too many people eventing to pit unless you have damage. Right now, this all helping out the fuel mileage. Paul Gallimore, is he going to give a track position? Yes, he will. And some of the drivers like Andrew Dyson will come on down because their front noses are crushed.
Yeah, a lot of damage for a lot of cars that were really fast today. And I think that I could say this with confidence, that this has just not been the season for some of these guys out here. It's just a big wreck like that really changes the picture of that top 15, I think, is right around where they were running. Zodiac's running P11 right now. And remember, he was involved in that crash on lap 1. And he's recovered to 11th. And Isaacs just came down pit road that last time by. He missed the wreck. He's in 10th.
A little bit of luck in his case. He did take the 2-tire equation, I believe, when he peeled on down to save a left side. Remember, only 5 sets. Tower Hunter's also up here. He was down on the inside with a spin earlier, but didn't get a caution flag. Now up 11. He's got an opportunity to see if he can make the track position work. We're down to, and would you believe this, 15 clean cars, maybe less, left. 14 is what the rough count is, because the 15th car also had a minute's worth of damage.
You know, I feel so bad for that 62, by the way. That 62, I mean, he has had an abysmal year. I kind of have a running gag with him in the pictures and photos chat here in the Discord. And every time, early in the season, I noticed that he got involved in accidents where he would face the inside wall, like sliding. Not necessarily, none of them were his fault, but I kept seeing him getting that bad luck where he'd be sliding sideways, aiming at the inside wall. And I started to take a picture of each time it happened. And I'm up to 14 pictures this season of that car facing the inside wall. And I feel so bad because the majority of them aren't his fault. It's just being in the wrong spot, and I feel so bad for that 62. But he's able to keep rolling, still doing okay, sitting P15 after that wreck, but it was what it was. I do want to mention that to him because I think he gets a kick out of him when I post him, so it is what it is.
So we're still coming up to for the field. 94 to go when we get the green flag this time. It's going to be Conklin, Miller, up in the top two. Galata and Basin, Hutchinson and Vroman. Hunter, Delaney, Isaacs, Williams, Pluot, Zosiak, Pearson, Leave, Hastings, and or Dyson going to be next in the order. Some of those drivers still getting the line. So we'll try this once again. And obviously, you don't want to get to the point of single file restarts because from that point, yes, it would alleviate the caution part, but it would also make it very difficult to build up a run after the restart. And we get set to go here. Will Miller get the run again like he got the last restart? Will he get tight like he also did in turn one? Let's find out.
Oh man, this restart's going to be fun. I mean, luckily the tire fall off isn't that big, so I don't think tires are going to be a problem here. But I don't know how heat cycles affects it necessarily. This restart's going to be fun, exactly right. As pace car is going to dive into the pit road here. Let's see what happens.
Here we go, restart zone time, and Miller jumped it. He got on the gas before the 17. Sim didn't give him a black flag for it, though, and he backed off. So that will give Conklin the advantage and Galata a chance for second. I don't know what happened with down there, the run for Wood. He's passing everybody.
That was pretty cool.
Now, Wood's passes were legal, Kirk. He made the move after the line.
He sure did. I'm looking at it. He did an awesome move. That was great. Top spot, top three. You see it on your screen. It is Conklin, Galata, Basin right there.
Now Basin inside the top three again. A couple drivers still trying to keep the track position. Jonathan Delaney trying to search around. Hutchinson slams the door in Hunter's face. They all make their way down the front straight away. All single file again. A couple drivers had some apologies on the radio there at the back of the group, but everyone keeping steady now. So we currently have 24. We're all in lead lap 23, should say. Battle for second. Basin looking to join his teammate. Got alongside Galata off the corner.
They're going to fly by you side by side just like that. Who's going to get it into the corner? That bottom line is preferred in two. That will do it right there. Now it's Conklin and Basin dominating in those Ryko machines. Top two now.
Yep, and now, if you have a Ryko power plant, I mean, it's been the Ken Byron experience all season. He will make sure your cars are fast. That's not an advertisement either. That being said here, Galata is one driver Bigfoot Chassis Collected that wanted to start his own project. Has been good with that camp so far in his outfit. And right now, he's looking to try and find a way to get second back.
You're right. That 99 in Galata, he's always fast, always contending for wins. He's a good driver to watch. And today's no different. He's sitting P3 just behind the Ryko guys.
And they do have a few drivers part of the rotation. Paul Hill, we know, has raced in this series. I haven't seen him in a while, actually. In our series, they also put Richard Garcia part of its team log for those that have ran in other series. So they've got a few decent drivers part of that camp. By the way, Dylan Basin wants the lead back. Will Conklin give it to him? They're side by side up front. Basin looking inside, Conklin outside. Looking to have fun for the point. The RFK cars looking to fight.
Well, there you go. I told you it wasn't going to take too much time. I think those two are the fastest cars on the racetrack right now. Side by side going into the tunnel turn. No one's giving an inch. They're still racing each other nice and good. They just can't hit each other. Don't hit each other. They're allowing Galata to catch up to him, though. And now Galata's on the back bumper of the leader.
And now Galata looking to take advantage of this and zip around the outside of Basin. Looking to split up the Ryko camp, and there's the Ryko cars looking to help each other. Galata says, you know what, I'm just going to go in between your draft. Come up and take away the snake.
Oh, I love that. You know, driving like it's an Indy car out there.
I mean, if you see two teammates working together and you leave the gap, you can fill the gap if you want. He did. And now he's got second.
Now, when do they bring out the snake again? I did enjoy watching that. That was fun. Watching everybody try to follow in line, trying to keep the draft. Galata made the pass on second, but how long will that go? The 06 has been visibly faster, but that 99 was able to take advantage of a side-by-side situation, showing how hard it is to pass.
Yep, and Galata's going, zipping, zooming. This allowing Conklin to pull off and away. They all get themselves on the wall. By the way, Nicholas Vroman does not want to lose fifth. He just went back and forth in front of Hutchinson's nose.
He's trying to aero block with a giant mirror he probably has in his cockpit right now. Look at the 19 getting loose with that aero block. It worked out for Vroman. Vroman's scooting away.
Now, to be fair, he did respond because apparently team owners did tag Vroman in that post that was made by Jonathan Delaney. And then he said, sadly, I will not be able to use this tactic against Nolan Hodgson this week. I will write it down in my notebook for Sonoma. He likes to have fun. For those curious, that is not a serious comment. But what I'm saying is 95 knows the stakes. And he's right now in the top 5 with them right in the midst of the string.
I know you said steaks, but now it just made me hungry. I'm looking at this. I'd love it. I love a steak right now. Good Lord. Single file racing up until it's P2. Look at that again. The 06 keeps poking his nose down to the inside. It's really a tease because once you get down there, yeah, sure, you know, you're going to get side by side for a little bit. As long as the top car doesn't get tight, the top car is going to have the momentum. That's kind of how it is at Pocono.
Absolutely. And check up.
Yep, he got tight. That's what that looked like.
Yep, absolutely. Pushed too hard coming out of the corner. That can happen with the arrow. Jonathan Delaney, for his sake, he's just taking his time. Makes the move, gets to the car number to 6th for his Hershey machine. Now Robert Miller, he's maintaining in the top 5. He talked about track position being the end-all be-all. He's keeping it right now as we're coming up to 21 to go on the stage.
Shout out to 10th place runner Nicholas Isaacs. You're not getting smoked, bud. You're sitting in P10. That's pretty good for you, man. It's awesome.
Yep, and for now, he is the leader of the second pack. 3/10 off last time by. His average, about a 10th and a half. The 53 flats for him, but he is one of the fastest cars in his pack. That's why
exactly. That's the point. Yeah, he's sitting in top 10 position. I'd say if you're a driver who's not going to compete up at the front every single week, top 10s is always a good goal.
Right now, for those curious on the case of Wood, well, has been able to lay down the wood, if you will. Right now, staying down at 14, right behind Adam Benefield.
Oh boy, that was man, I wish I probably want to clip that one. That was pretty good. Oh boy, look at that 81, by the way, Hastings. You notice he was in a wreck a while ago. It's 2 wrecks, actually. Wow. Yeah. And he's recovered. And so was the 83 at Benefield. He was up in the air earlier. Yeah, he almost wrecked again. Good Lord. 3 wide. Hook out Matthew David Wood. 3 wide through the middle. That was awesome.
There he goes. Now he hammers it on through. And Matthew David Wood able to jump his way just like that to 12th on the racetrack. A couple car lanes behind Dyson and Isaacs, who lead the pack now. They try and find a way to close up at about a second to catch up to Kluot, who's the tail end of the lead pack. Not bad for 14. I know you've been impressed with his runs.
Yeah, the 14 car Blake Kluot. You know, one of these days I would like to see him get a top 3 podium finish. Anytime he gets a chance to do that, I think that'd be pretty cool. You see right there though, Basin got around Galata back up to P2. But yeah, there's a lot of work for Kluot to do to get into the top 5 speed. The thing is that the mountain's pretty steep when you get near the top, so you kind of got to have a grind to get from 10th to 1st in terms of speed. It's a kind of a huge hill.
Right now, the Ryko camp still all the more difficult to beat. We're still looking at some of the others as they zip through in the single file. Commas period here in the run. Right now, you see a couple of the others, like Isaacs, rip his way up top. All the way up a spin. It's Joseph Galata from 3rd position, who got loose out of 1 and saved the race car.
No kidding. Really? He saved that thing? Let's take a look at that right here. Let's see how he's able to do it. Let's see if he hit the wall a little bit or not. That 99, I don't know. We're going to find out together. Looks like he's a lane up. Pushes tight, pushing tight. Oh, he just got loose. That wasn't tight. He's loose. Corrected to the right. Locked her down. Beautifully done. Lived to race another day.
And so, 99 down to 19th. Now Delaney has a chance to take away a spot here. He's alongside the 95 for at least for a moment. Vroom vroom. Able to keep the vroom going. Make that car stay up in the 4th position, if you will, with Delaney trying to follow on and reset the run. And for Jonathan Delaney this season, top 5 in points. He's got a couple wins after all. He is in the top 10 club, one of just 4 drivers to pick up double-digit top 10 so far in 2026.
He's always going to be competitive. Last year didn't seem as competitive as, this year. I think he's gotten better from last year to now, based on what I've seen. So happy for that 6 car, because I think he might have a good shot here this year. No doubt he's a championship contender. But he's got a real shot at it if he's able to keep this up for the rest of the season and into the chase. Because God forbid that we ever have to say that word, playoffs, ever again.
And right now, it's going to be an interesting time because of the chase format. Obviously, it's still a ways out in several months. But there is one race that isn't several months out. It was build week in the past week or so. Car didn't see too many changes on iRacing, although there was apparently changes for Michigan, for example, people had alleged to. However, San Diego was on the schedule coming into the season and is now on the iRacing platform a week early.
Whenever I hear that phrase, I went out there and drove on San Diego earlier this last night. I was curious what it was. Oh, battle for the leads. Forget about that. Let's look at this right here. Look at this. You got Basin catching up to his teammate side by side again.
And nope. Back to single file. Basin took a look at least, and I think wants to try and go. I mean, in a few days' time, they'll both be racing at Naval Base Coronado. Heard that track? Pretty fun. Very bumpy, with it being an airbase. And now they're slowing each other up. Conklin right up against the wall. Gets held up. Now, Basin slides his way. Can he get clear? He's got a chance if he wants it. He will take it.
Oh, his teammate got arrow pushed tight up into the outside wall, and now he's going to lose that momentum. New leader, Dylan Basin, back up front. He won stage 1. He's in a good position to try and win stage 2 again. As we were talking about, though, this Qualcomm circuit, rather. Oh, big hit for the 17. Goodness gracious, every time we talk about San Diego, something bad happens to that 17. I might as well stop.
I mean, I was going to ask if we had time about his thoughts on San Diego because...
Nope, we're good. Yeah.
A couple of his fellow NASCAR drivers were like on social media, can I get a sub for next week? Just for next week, only that race? Because it's
difficult.
Arguably more challenging than Chicago, obviously.
It is more challenging than Chicago. Chicago was challenging in its own manner because we never done it before. Hey,
Oh,
17! See what I'm talking about? What is going on with the 17?
Now, that car, all of a sudden, the tires think are cooking. Mind you, it's only a couple lap older Basin, but there's a lot of heat cycles in between, so that's equal. If anything, Basin seems to be a bit more comfortable with this part of the run, and now Miller and company are taking advantage of this. Remember, Conklin and traffic had been about equal with that 06, and now Conklin's got 30 air and is getting hounded by everybody.
Yeah, I don't think his car's handling very well at all right now. It's very loose. He's gonna need to do something under this stage to the car. Oh my goodness gracious. That was inches off each other. Almost hit Delaney in the left rear quarter panel.
Yep, and just about cleaned them up there. Able to hold on. Now, coming up to 12 to go in the stage. That RFK machine looking to hold on for much as possible, and their Weeble Wobble coming out of 2.
We're going to see a lot of that next week for sure, though, no doubt about it. It took me like at least 15, 30 minutes to get a clean lap without hitting a wall at the air base. And I got to tell you, the views are beautiful, absolutely bad. It's badass American is what I could describe that track as. It's beautiful. And I hope whenever we go there, we might get some cool B-roll because it is something else of that track.
Absolutely. Conklin, mind you, on the same set of tires with the top off he took from the start of the stage. Still, though, fights on to hold on to the race car. Right now riding inside the top 5 at the very least as he pushes up a little bit up the corner. Now, top 8 have pulled away from everybody else. These drivers have a 2-second cushion on that second pack. Dyson has not been able to make any inroads with Matthew David Wood and Adam Benefield.
That gap from first to second, though, is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And, I think Dylan's got this stage in the bag. Remember, we're trying to race over to finish out stage number 2. That stage ending again on lap 95. And I think he's got this in the bag with just about 10 laps to go when they cross the stripe, I think, here.
Coming up to 10 to go. Slightly older tires for Conklin, still holding on to the racetrack. Now, tough thing's going to be for some of the others here. They've got the big turn-ups in terms of the aero. Going to be so difficult to wind it on up if you're Roman. Right now, he's staying equal down the straight.
This is one of my favorite things to do when we get these long single file lines things, is to be able to actually see how the cars interact and how they go by. There's videos that you see online, but I gotta say, Froman, man, he's really trying to get by that 17. 17's doing all he can to avoid it. Let's watch this right here. Roman shoots it into the corner. 17 carries momentum on the top. Look out. Pushing tight. They make it through. And now Hutchinson's taking advantage of the lost momentum from Roman.
Ralph Hutchinson able to zip by. Sean Conklin said, I ain't got the reaction time for that right now. I guess he's still tired?
He was sleeping a little bit ago. Wake up. Come on, we good. He's doing fine. I don't know about reaction time. He's a little young, isn't he?
Believe so. Galata crashed down pit road.
Oh, crap. What happened to that 99?
Let's see what happened. He's out of the race. He had a good race going before his slide out of 1, and now it's done.
Is he still loose here? He tries to go down the pit road.
I guess he was done. I don't know. Let's not assume there in that situation, but it definitely looked like he tried to come down pit road and then it just wouldn't stop.
Flipping the stage. Oh, wait, is he flipping it? No, he might be trying that. Like what he did at the beginning of the first stage. Remember that.
This might not keep on the lead lap. And Nicholas Vroman is making Vroom sounds now on the radio because he wants to pass Ralph Hutchinson. I don't know if that works like it does with the broadcast company stickers, but in this case, it does keep them side by side.
Not for long, actually. 19 cleared him. That 95's got to try something else. And look at who has recovered. Hold on a minute. Let's see. He has Tyler Hunter, the 48 machine. Didn't we see him almost wrecking down the front straightaway earlier in this run? Now he's at the middle of the top 10. Heck yeah.
Yeah, not bad for an EPI car. The EPI machines have had a rough season, off and on. They've had solid pace on some tracks. Tyler Hunter's been waving the flag for that organization the whole time. When we've seen Lim on the racetrack in the EPI banner, he's run very well. So the setups have had speed, just hasn't had the luck in the track position. Now Hunter's got both. Well, part of one of those, which is luck.
Yeah, track position's pretty good, but he's not like... I mean, I think he's pretty quick if he's fast enough to stick with these guys here. Hutchinson. Oh, look, yeah, he's making a pass on Vroman like that.
Can he join himself up for the highest point of his run of the evening? He's up 12. Still able to keep it alongside. Coming up to 5 to go next time by on the strategy. By the way, Matthew David. Whoa, no! Contact! 48 got into the 95. Caution flag is out.
I think I saw that coming right before the camera switch, and I was like, oh no, oh no. Oh, golly, I hate to see it. He was having a good run, too.
Let's see what happened here. I can't tell if Hunter came up a touch or if Roman was expecting him to turn down more, but Hunter definitely was turning down a little late. This will not be staged. This might be a racing deal.
That was a racing deal. I didn't think it was a problem at all. I hate it for the 48, though. And 95 kept the car without hitting the wall. I mean, he was kind of at a good angle to make that happen, too. When you're sliding into one, you could really... It was a little bit of an easier slide than others that I've seen going into one.
I think this is just, in the big scheme of things, hard
Slow.
racing. Yeah.
Slow and easy. Yeah, it's an easy save when you're at that angle.
Good save.
It is a good one, yeah. Easy to overcorrect, too.
He didn't lose any spots, by the way.
Yep. Pretty good for Vroom Vroom Vroman.
And let's see what happens here, because it's not stage, but you can certainly try and take a pit stop if you want from here, because the length after this point for the stage is to end, remember. So 95. My goodness, my math is off. This is why you don't do commentary math. It is roughly 65. So regardless, if you come down here, you're still in a window coming in under 40 to go to pit. You could take the stops now if you don't want points.
I'd say that most of the cars in the front won't. But if you're a driver like Brandon Hastings, Kevin Zosiak, William Owens, these guys, I'm thinking you need to come down pit road right now. You need to get 4 tires, you need to get gas, and then things will go the way you want. But look at this. More cars choosing to go down. They leave a lot of cars out. 2 cars staying out. It's only Hutchinson and Basin, I think.
Yeah, Basin and Hutchinson want the stage point. Now this is going to be a question. If these drivers take tires, we might see a bigger difference now with the tires with it being a full stint.
The biggest winner here, I think, is Matthew David Wood, because he just came to pit road, got 4 tires, and he stayed on the lead lap. He's going to be restarting P3 with fresh tires compared to Hutchinson and Basin. But again, that fall off is not very much. So it's still a benefit, but not much.
Conklin actually got the edge over Delaney. I think Delaney, it was by the angle of the line, I think. Conklin was alongside Delaney and got the edge for what will be 4th. Oh, that might be why Delaney might have got it speeding. Yes, he did.
That ruins a good finish for him.
For stage, at least.
Yeah, and he'll have to go from the back to the front again. And the thing is that there's not that many opportunities to flip the stage or flip anything right now, because he loses that opportunity.
So, chance to reset here. Race leader is Dylan Basin. Clouat in second off pit road, by the way, with speed penalty for Delaney. Interesting plays here, and why don't we take the opportunity very quickly to talk with your race leader here, Dylan Basin. Dylan Basin, real quickly, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Had great speed here tonight, 51 laps led already. How are you feeling about the race car that's been able to keep you up front all evening?
Oh, the car's perfect. I mean, it's been able to chop through dirty air. It's been good in clean air. I'm a little worried about this restart right here. I thought more people would have stayed out to try to get stage points, but now I'm kind of on the bad end of this. So hopefully we can hold on for 2 laps or get an immediate wreck and claim a stage win. And I guess after the stage, we'll have to call our way back through.
Very curious, real quickly, know it's off topic, but San Diego, how's that prep been for the NASCAR race and in turn for next week's FLCC race?
You know, I quite like the track. I mean, it gets frustrating when you're trying to make lap time out of it, but the way it flows is fun. It's difficult, which I think will bridge more of a gap between the drivers. So hopefully the people that put in effort, you know, I've been putting in hours and hours and hours of time, hopefully it pays off for us. It's a bit easier than tracks like Chicago and on Watkins Glen, so hopefully the work pays off, and yeah, I'll have fun the next 2 races in the Cup Series and next weekend in this league.
Good luck on the restart.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Dylan Basin, take the time to set up, and it'll be the control car. Now, this might get interesting by the tunnel turn. That's the prediction here. Matthew David Wood did come in, remember, a couple laps early and got the caution he needed to get track position from this.
He's going to be on the freshest tires out of anybody in the top 3, so it's very good for him. I think that 16 has a good shot of winning the stage if he can get the jump and get on the back bumper of Basin. It's a matter of time, though. We'll find out. All the tires are pretty cool, and they only got a couple laps to get them warmed up.
Off and away we go. Green, green, green. Wood trying to take away second. Can he get the run on the fresher tires? Look at some of the chaos behind with it. 4 wide at the back of the group. Still 2x2 at the front of it. Still making the corner. Miller was amongst those on the 3 wide now coming through it. Still side by side, and they're dooring each other for second. Conklin's building up a run as well.
Here comes Conklin down to the inside. He has the freshest tires out of anybody in that group. Dives it in for third. Easy makes that pass. But now he's stuck in the dirty air. Look out. Almost hits the wall. 16's going to get a run. He's going to try and go back down to the bottom. That's David Wood. Matthew David Wood going back down to the bottom.
Back and forth they go. No one's made the pass yet. Coming to 1 to go in the stage on the drivers who stayed on the racetrack. So the top two on 30, 40 plus lap older tires maintain with less than a lap to go in the stage.
I don't know if that 19 could hold on for long, though. That 17's there. Fresh tires. It should benefit the 17 by all intents and purposes, but iRacing doesn't necessarily have that down 100% yet. We'll see how it goes.
Right now, Hutchinson, nothing doing. Drivers getting a little aggressive outside the stage. Points for 15th, but right now it's single file for the entire top 10 except for here. Conklin looking for second. Gets the chance, the run. Basin stays up in front for the stage. Drag race for second. Hutchinson holds on. Conklin, Wood, Vroom, Kuhn, Dyson, Isaac, Stroll, and Pearson get the top 10. I think a lot of people are probably going to be surprised that the older tires held on to the top two here, or at least a few.
Yeah, at this point, I've seen it enough times where I'm no longer surprised. The only thing I am surprised about, Neil Pearson coming back to get a top 10. You see that there. Nicholas Isaacs took 8th. Great job to both of those guys. Hunter Trule's pretty fast, too. Got 9th. And Kluwat taking 6th, also a standout. Everybody else, you normally see in the top 10, but those guys, definitely very happy for them.
And so, we're at the end of 2 stages, and we still have 65-ish laps to work with in stage number 3. Maconi Entertainment, the place to be for the FLCC. Pit stops are coming up. We're watching Maconi.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Pit stops underway for the drivers who stayed out, as well as a couple others looking to get some damage repairs done. So we're back to racing in a few moments here in the FLCC. Race called Scalene 400 here at Pocono. Remember, Scalene Triangle, according to AI at least. This is via Google. If you forgot your lessons from, I don't remember which grade, that's why you use Google in this case. It's a triangle with 3 sides after all. They have entirely different lengths and 3 angles of different sizes. In our words, the sum of the angles always add up to 180. When it comes to a scaling triangle, the longest side's the opposite side of the longest angle. In our words, it's a triangle. That's why this race called is that. Now, that in mind here, Matthew David Wood went from the back, now back to the front. He's tried different calls all evening. Now has an opportunity to restart second. Matthew David Wood joins the broadcast booth real quickly here, Matthew. It's been a whirlwind of a race. How are you feeling now with track position again?
Well, I'm feeling pretty good. We got a very, very fast outlier Chevy. Got involved in that one incident. Looks like it turned down, but unfortunately, when Isaacs hit the wall, I was pretty much 100% brake, and I even locked up to try and avoid it. But once I hit the back of Vroom Vroom there, it shot me left right into Lucas. So that's just so unfortunate for him. Sorry to him. I couldn't really do anything there, and then just couldn't see the accident up front, and guys behind me couldn't, and unfortunately got into me. But we got all of it fixed. Played the strategy we played in stage one. Unfortunately, Sean got around me because, of course, he did. But we're gonna have at least some decent air, hoping to at least stay in the top 5. We've had a rough couple of weeks, so hoping to stay up here and get the finish that Outlier deserves.
So how do you plan to approach this third stage, especially knowing how difficult it is if you lose the position? But also, we haven't had any green flag stops in this race except for you.
Yep. So I think that's also going to come to my advantage if we can stay green. I've already kind of been through that. I know where I can brake and where the limit is. So, I think with the pace that we've shown, especially when we were up front earlier, I think we can definitely stay in the top 5. And about, I think 10th on back should lose the draft if it keeps going over and over like it has. So hopefully at least we can get some good points today, and I think we have the pace to stay top 5, and Rob should probably hopefully get up here as well and get Outlier some good good TV time.
Good luck on the restart.
Thank you. God bless everybody.
Matthew David Wood taking the time to speak with us here as he'll get all set up here on the restart. Kirk, getting ready for stage 3. 61 to go when we can take the green.
Yeah, if you haven't gotten up and gotten a beverage, I recommend you do while you still got a chance. About maybe 15 seconds, this restart's going to get good. Got a lot of fast guys up at the front, some new faces that we may not have seen all day long, and some faces that are just returning for the first time since the beginning of the race. Let's see what happens with Sean Conklin leading them down. Oh boy, I'm getting excited here, Justin.
It's going to be an interesting restart. Kloak giving some contact now to the 16 for the restart. And the chance to start up in 4th. Green, 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 green. We're back underway. Now the pole back is on in the battle for second. Vroman got a decent launch. Conklin feeds draft to both lines. Conklin goes back and forth. Can't decide where he wants to go for a moment.
Vroman's got a little bit of dirty air there. He's going to push tight, and Matthew David Wood's going to hang on to P2 as they settle it out. 4th place, 5th place, 6th place, all settled out except for Brandon Hastings. And it looks like the 62, there's a little checkup. Look out. Right back there. These guys are inches off each other.
Working their way down the straightaway on the side-by-sides. That includes Hastings. It's already a minute he felt like he's made mistakes tonight. Now trying to limit them. Hastings gets shuffled back, trying to keep it clean. Right now, everybody trying to figure out where they want to be in this pack before things single file out here as things stay pretty intense in this.
For now, they're trying to get all they can get. They know how hard it is to pass. They got to get every inch they can. And drivers that we saw at the front that aren't there anymore, drivers like that 6-car Delaney, Benefield was there for a little while, and so is the 19 of Hutchinson. They and 15 of Robert Miller. These guys are in a different position now. They got to go from the back to the front.
Right now, Delaney is looking like he's got steady pace. He was staying towards the rear end at the end of the last stage. Now he nearly cleared himself, realized what was going to be at stake, and said, you know what, I'll just go to the apron. He was that close to coming up in front of the 15 and nearly hooked himself, realized the situation, resets.
Yeah, it was not necessarily the best of plans there, unfortunately. 15's making a run, though, on Neil Pearson just in front of him.
Now the 15 on the inside of the black flag machine. Pearson looking to avoid any more photos for the photo album. 62 stays up at the top of the racetrack as the 06 zips on by. For those keeping count, the unofficial count is 14. 14. It's race 17. Well, including duels.
Yeah, there are some that happen twice in the same race, too, so it's not every single week, but yeah, it was very odd, but it does happen, so oh man, I can say that I hope the best for Neil today. I hope he can get a top 10 today. I really do. That'd be cool.
And right now the 71 is making sure to keep things out of trouble here after earlier trouble spells. It's already had to fix the car significantly, but seems to have speed in it now, at least for short run. Has the top 6 here with the way things have cycled. See him just taking care of the car. It's got a major stain at this point. Same for Isaacs, who's offset to the outside, this time for clean air.
Oh no, hang on to it, hang on to it. Oh, yep, I knew he was going to hit the wall a little bit there. But that 2 car, it surprises me that, what he said in his interview versus how we're seeing him on the track now. I'd say that no way that was the same person. He's doing such a good job out there.
Agree with you, it's been a solid night. And now, 2. They're trying to at least pick up a spot here. Has the inside of the 1 water car. It's Benefiel in the draft. Side by side they work. As the 2 tries to get the clear, couldn't do it. Equal it out, now doors him down the straight. And Hunter will just ride as high as he can this time to try and defend for the run off the corner. Isaac slammed the door before that point. Yes, he will. And there's the push.
Now that draft, they're going to work together, Up front, though, the real story here is I'm going to see if we can't do some math on the back end here and try and figure out exactly what we're looking at. It'll be a crew chief for a minute when we might expect these guys to come down pit road. Hang on a little bit, and I'll see what I can find.
Yeah, let's see. 2's doing well. Hunter Truel. He's losing spots now with Benefiel trying to get the run on the inside of the Conti camp. That got some help because the whole train snaked around to the middle of the circuit. Dylan Basin, by the way, from his pit stop, now in the top 10 again. He'll 6. He'll try and ride his way in above the 2nd seam. Watches the near contact. Have the run. Benefiel apologizes, saying he's loose. He nearly snapped in front of the battle.
Absolutely. That was a little sketchy, to say the least, those guys. Just inches off each other. And I'm looking at my math here, and if they cut this last bit in half, I believe that they will be heading down pit road on or around lap 127 if we stay green to the end, and they plan on pitting just one more time. So that, with the race being 160 laps minus 127, that's 33 laps to go is what I'm expecting.
That should be good as well for overtime situations. Now, so a ways away before we discuss more of the pit lane. But it is an important thought for now, though, on one thing. Especially, Matthew David would mention the experience with the new speed limit changes, Kirk. It's a lot more stricter. Some said before you can go an extra half a mile to, apparently it was 1.5 actually when you calculate the decimal. 1.6 actually was how much you technically with speed. iRacing tightened it up. You're over at anything, you get a penalty. You can't just go a little bit quicker on the throttle and gain an extra couple tenths of a second in the pit lane.
Good. Happy to hear about it. Very good stuff. Anything that makes it harder on the driver, I say yes, bring it on.
I almost thought it was half a tenth because I thought it was rounded up, but apparently it was not.
Lead.
Lead is side by side.
Holy crap, Matthew David Wood, where'd you come from, man? Holy cow, he's going to try and make a pass for the lead here.
He was keeping up with Conklin, and now he's nearly into Conklin. Tight for Wood. Now Nicholas Vroman says, I'll just take this away from you.
Oh, man, that's the bad part about making passes. I heard earlier in the week that if you're the one making passes, you're the one who's going to get passed in the next corner if you don't clear them. Seems like that may have happened.
Still fighting hard for second. This allowing Conklin to get one of the largest leads of the race. 0.7 seconds. Gap is going to grow a little bit more off the corner possibly because Wood's trying to clear. Going to keep this tight. Run coming back with Andrew Dyson coming to assist maybe. See if Dyson goes onto a bumper pretty soon. Wood will at least try and aim it up for the entry for a second consecutive tunnel turn.
Much better that time.
Now, problem is, gonna go side by side for so long, the lead's already grown now to almost 8 tenths. There's near contact. 16 missed the bottom. There goes Vroman screaming on the radio, and he'll get help from Dyson and say, I've got the upper hand here, thank you.
Yeah, the reason why I think he's yelling here is that the leader's getting away. While they're sitting there battling for second, they lost all that ground. And it all stemmed from the 16 trying to make a pass on Conklin for the lead. How fast things can change. You can go from trying to make a pass for the lead, and if you miss it by that much, you're getting swallowed up by the pack and losing a lot of time.
Now, the Vroom machine will try and close the gap back in. It's about a tenth a lap we've seen once everyone single files out from the drivers behind the leader. That's as long as they stay within the tow, which they are. They did pick up another tenth already through turn 3. Now it's about trying to keep the time built up. By the way, Isaac's just back there, lost a spot to Benefiel. That's why he was down on the low side. Gets in front of Basin, who is next in the choo-choo train. See a little bit side-by-side also there. Jonathan Delaney hasn't really been able to pick up track position like he's needed to. That's how difficult it's been. He's not been able to move forward with everyone pretty equal up here.
The main thing they got to be thinking about right now is just trying to keep that gap to the leader as small as humanly possible. Because remember, they do not want to lose a lap to this leader if they come down pit road first. Because if they're on the lead lap and a caution comes out, that's fine. They can stay out. It's going to be okay. But if they're falling back and they don't have the time on the leader and they get lapped, they got to drive the wheels off the thing to try and get back on the lead lap, or it's not going to work in their favor. So everybody's got to stay as close as they can to Conklin as possible.
7 tenths. Only driver out of that range on pit stop situation to maintain the lead lap once they take service, by the way, pretty soon, would be this 48. He is 18 seconds back. Delta needed about 8 to 14 seconds. It's the very highest I think we've seen. That's what the drivers try here. Conklin's gap is getting trimmed. Right now is about 21 laps into the run. As here's his teammate Basin. Now ready to attack for Kluot's spot. He's already up to 7th. Looking for another one, with Benefiel already making the top 5 as well this lap.
He's going to get that run here down the straightaway going into the turn number 1. Well, he shows the nose, but it gets cut off there. The 06 is going to be there to the inside of Kluot. That's for the position. And now I think that side draft's going to help him. He's probably going to be able to either slide in behind or use a side draft. Nope, he's going to slide in behind. And he'll have to set it up all over again.
Here we go. Mason pokes, takes it, makes it. 06 just gets some give and take from Kluot. Give him a shot to keep the momentum going. 47 to go now this time through. So this entire train stretches as far back as 19th for those interested. The last car, Timothy Harper, who's already had one incident in front of him involved in today. Just right now battling with the current Lucky Dog candidate, Bobby Anderson, 6 laps down.
Looking at this again, remember, if you want to cut the stage and the final set of laps in half, if you cut them right down the middle from the restart to when you pit to when you take the checker flag, not counting overtime, you're aiming for lap 33 laps to go. But I just got some word from a reputable source that they're saying the big thing about this strategy is that you're going to want to aim for at least, very minimum, a 20-lap run, around 15 laps. 15-lap tires equalize together. So I think some people might run long and gain a tire advantage on early pitters. Very similar to what we saw in McWhorter's strategy yesterday. And he was able to come home with a top 3 finish yesterday.
Be a solid pick-me-up too. Right now it's half a second difference a lap between the fastest lap of the race and what they're running right now. Track temp for those curious, we haven't talked about that too much tonight, is below 90 degrees. So it is a little bit on the hotter end, but not as hot as it could be here this evening. That's why the grip's been pretty solid this evening. Now, for Delaney, look at the wind though. That is something we haven't thought about here. Got to double check on the map, but that right now is a fair amount of wind that's gusting around this racetrack to the southwest.
Yeah, let me see if I can't find a flag somewhere on this racetrack. That might tell me which direction we're blowing.
Currently, according to a quick map double check, because my geography is very bad, if you point to the southwest, that would be towards turn 3, essentially, in terms of the direction.
Oh.
So that would give you draft from behind coming into 3. But also,
there's a flag right in the center of the racetrack that's pointing right at where that wind's blowing.
Yeah.
I see it in going towards turn 2 though.
Huh. Interesting.
Hang on, let me get a picture. Yeah, let me show you what we're looking at.
It's going to be well by the Sunoco sign. You can see it right there. Apparently, it's the opposite day on Google Maps in geography. But either way impacts how you're approaching the tunnel turn, or rather the run to turn 3. Yeah, can confirm. There is a little GPS. It is apparently the southwest is coming from the southwest, the way they described it, to rephrase. So yes, you are right. It is headwind, or rather tailwind, going to be coming in. I am very discombobulated. Let's move on.
You know, the race is getting pretty entertaining the moment we start talking about the weather.
I am bad at, I don't have a compass on me. Thankfully, one of the things iRacing updated was they put a compass in it.
They did? What, really?
I mean, technically there was in the weather radar, but they also now show the exact direction the wind's going with a little indicator, so you don't have to guess which way southwest.
But would you look at that? My goodness.
So, as we've headed out of the park, if it's a Little League park, it would be a fly out at every air ballpark. We're also about the fuel window to make it. No one thinking about the stops yet, but right now the gap maintaining at 6 to 7 tenths.
Wow. Like, let's see. Who would you say, based on what I'm looking at right now, I'm looking here at the top 15, and I'm trying to look for drivers that surprise me. And the biggest one right now out of the entire group, again, is Nicholas Isaacs. I mean, I did not expect after his interview to see him anywhere near the top 20, let alone the top 15. His confidence level after this race better go up because he's sitting top 10 speeds. Don't say he's ever. What was the word he said? He said he's going to get smoked. I don't think that's the case right now.
Yeah, it's kind of worked out well. Gonna be a solid finish, I think, for him. Cameron Stone also, who was involved in some of the incidents earlier. Okay. Look at how they're all grouped together. All these drivers, except for Miller, have had some rough moments here in terms of circulation, in terms of the incidents, if you will.
On paper, the big loser today would be Alan Duggar, but that's only on paper. He got out of here on lap 1.
Yeah, he did not have a good start to the race and immediately ended off the race. He was 34 points. He's not a start now in the season, but drop potentially lower. But, oh boy, Basin was on the back end of Wood through the corner. It got tight.
Yep, he's trying to get back. He's doing all he can to get there quickly. We're about to enter the fuel window's open. And so you can come down pit road right now and you'll make it to the end of the race. So at any time we could start seeing cars heading down pit road, but I don't think that's going to happen quite yet for a while. It could happen. I see one in the back going down pit road right now, actually, while we're talking about it. But he's at the tail of the field. Casey Graves, it looks like. But he's many laps down. Don't worry about it. But the point is that the door is open. They can come down if they absolutely want to. They'll be able to make it on gas.
For now, they'll just try and figure out where their cars are going to settle themselves in before they take that left turn off turn 3 into pit road. Basin still trying to build up a run to get to 4th at least. He's led 56. Conco's led 51. Matthew David Wood is the only outlier. The outlier machine, 13 laps led. There goes Wood, letting by Basin with the run built up. That also will see Benefield give up a spot to the lead.
Oh, man, these cars are just wiggling. They like to wiggle on the exit of that corner. Oh, man, Gallimore hit it pretty hard back there. He kept it going. But, yeah, that 06, now that he's made it by, I think right now that that turn 1 is just so treacherous. And the further back you go, the harder the cars are handling. And that 11's just not handling very good at all right now. He hit the wall twice in a row.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit tricky in their case right now with Paul Gallimore falling back 15th. Stone does get the wraparound though. Trying to get around the black flag machine of Pearson. 57. Builds up the run on the outside and Hastings willing to assist his teammate to try and help him along. By the way, race lead also with the side-by-side here has also gone within 4/10. So the gap is getting trimmed even more as they built up another 10th on the last lap.
We haven't seen Vroman take the lead all day long, but he's showing the speed down. If he's able to get there, he's got to remember what he saw Matthew David Wood do. Whenever that Vroman machine saw Matthew David Wood take a move for the lead, he went to the bottom, he wasn't clear, and then he dropped back almost outside the top 5 and lost a lot of time. Now they're catching him back, and they got to learn from that. You can't probably make a pass on the inside and expect it to stick. Oh, here comes Hutchinson. Hutchinson's the first to hit pit road. Ralph Hutchinson.
He ends up coming in only 26 laps into the run. So an early call for the 19. Roll of the dice to see if track position works. Will anyone else think about an early stop here?
This is a big deal for them, absolutely, right now.
Benefield did have Balgi over the radio because he also just got loose again. That 83 is kicking out every time he tries to clear for a pass.
Yep, I don't think Pocono's necessarily Adam Benefield's style of track that he's particularly very, very happy with. This is not really his thing. Matthew David Wood's coming down pit road. There we go. First one from the top 5. He's coming down. Anybody else?
That's not a surprise per se. He had one of the higher up fuel totals, not including pace laps in the field, 37. It's been working out well to try different strats for him. Will work again. Side by side going on for second. No. Right now, the march is on to keep this gap within range for the top three. Conklin maintaining. Vroman having to be careful on the throttle now.
Trying to do some math here. We're going to find out here in a minute how much of a gap it's going to be between the 19 and Conklin in terms of speed. The 19 just crosses the flag to get a lap time that time by. He was pretty slow because he was still up to speed. We're going to have to find out this time by when the 19 crosses the stripe what the difference in speed is between him and the leader. And once he does cross that stripe, we can do the math and find out exactly how much they're gaining on them.
Now let's see. Timothy Harper just peeled down, by the way. He's going to get his service worked on. Right now, Basin is also maintaining the same pace for those curious on his situation. Right now, Hunter just entered pit road now, and he was one of the drivers we talked about who would likely not be able to keep the lead lap. Once he took the service, he is still yet to make the pit stall, be one of those that falls a lap down over the course of this race now as they make their way through.
You're not going to believe this, but if there's a way we can do a comparison between Conklin's last lap, there it is. You already did. You read my mind. Take a look at that. That right there is the difference. It's just 0.2 of a second. Hitting early does not look like it's a benefit at all right now. Very little benefit. I mean, over the course of 15 laps, when you're gaining the time, maybe it is, but I don't know. He's throwing something at the wall here, and we'll see if it sticks.
Let's find out. See how much Hudson picked up a little bit, not major. Here are a couple pit stalls coming up, and that's going to be Conklin's music. Conklin is coming down for the race lead.
That was a very interesting call right here. I think it makes sense, too, because if he would have stayed out, that's just more and more time for Hutchinson to gain. Right now the gains are over. Nobody's going to be able to gain on him.
No, siree.
33 laps to go was my prediction, and that's the lap it came down by the way.
Yep, we're at 32 to go this time. And so Conklin made the pit stall. Wolverman trying to respond this time through. He's got a teammate in Dyson behind him in the Conti camp.
First laps led for Vroman today, and I think they have to. They all have to.
Here we go, and yes, they will. In, Basin, out. And now we'll find out how close they are compared to Conklin, who is your net leader on the strap by 4 seconds. Isaacs speeding, pit road.
Oh, no. That's so unfortunate. He was having a great day. And so he didn't get beat on the racetrack. It looks like he just got beat on pit entry.
Bo's looking like a solid day. Goes for naught. Now, find out the next response. A couple drivers have called for pit stops this time through. Will Basin be one of them? Yes, he will. Dylan Basin on his own on distance up at the front. Conklin did cycle in front of Roman, Dyson, and Delaney, by the way, who all stay within their group. How close they got as some of the others peel on down the lane. No other speeding penalties yet. So everyone else looking good. Cam Stone and Kevin Zosiak are the last ones on the track. Looking solid for the 17 to say the very least right now, and Conklin having a phenomenal race after having to start from pit road after having a late start due to the sleep, he said earlier on. What a storyline that would be to go from the bed to victory lane. Stone should see him come down this time. Yes, he will.
All right, once this all cycles through, Conklin's going to have the lead back. Roman P2, Dyson 3, Delaney P4.
And there is that 57. Zodiac, who had to get a lucky dog to get a chance to be on the lead lap, will at least say, I want a lead lap here tonight. He might have gotten one. He didn't lead that one, though. It was still 1 second back.
At this point, just run an extra lap. Go ahead, man. Take what you can get. Be happy with it.
And there's a wall.
Boy. Yikes. Oh, man, that car is just not handling well.
No, it is not. He'll just take the stroll around the circuit. Cam Stone finished out service. Outside the top 10 is where he's cycling. It's only a 22-second gap for the Ladybug compared to everybody else. And Kevin Zosiak just going to stretch this as long as he can here. Hope for a caution flag. See if it sticks.
Led a lap that time. Yep. So it's good for him. He can stay out as long as he wants, but he doesn't have much time left. Maybe about another 8 laps max that he can stay out. But odds are it's more going to be less than 5. He'll probably be in the next 2 laps or so. I think Roman might be catching Basin a little bit. Roman's passing the eye test right now.
You mean Conklin?
No, I mean Roman.
Oh, Roman
I'm looking
is catching up to Conklin.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think he's passing the eye test. I mean, it looks fast. I mean, I don't know if it's going to stay that way forever, but it looks like he's closing in on him.
Ladybug is in. This is for the lead. And as you were right, 310's picked up the past few laps here. Gap is going down. And now, Conklin looking to have to play some defense here with Vroman, who's only led 1 lap tonight. Looking to put up the fight. Dyson hasn't led any.
Can you imagine if Dyson comes in here and steals a victory? I mean, that would be so out of left field. We wouldn't expect that at all. But he's sitting P3 with a position to be able to win the race. And that's all you could ask for as a race car driver, get into a position to win the race and give me a shot. And he's in that position right now.
It's an interesting proposition, if you will. And right now, Dyson looking to sort himself out here and help build at the friend. Remember, they worked together in this series at the very least. It's a long story in terms of the setup journey for the 95. But right now, chance to get Conti's cars back up front in this series. Roman, 2 wins this season, looking for a 3rd.
These guys have really scooted ahead of Delaney and Basin and Benefiel. But it's a 3-car race right here. And I say that 41 might want to start pushing that pink car a little bit if he really wants to go and contend up there. You know, you can get close, but making that pass is going to need some help. And he's got a good teammate right there to help him out, so we'll find out how it goes. But they cannot afford to lose any time.
I don't think they have too much time to play with at all in terms of opportunities. There's still 26 to go, I know, yeah. But there's only so many moves you can make before you lose your prime real estate. Right now, Vroman sees the run. He's got a chance. Not going to make the move yet, but he will try the outside.
Oh boy, this is the moments that I love to get into. You know, you could set this up in practice sessions with some buddies. You get 3 cars and you say, okay, it's got 25 to go. pass, try and be the first in the line, and you go for it. And it's so much fun to be able to do that. And right now they're doing it for real out here for a real race. And any one of the three could take it. Absolutely. 17's commanding right now, using that big mirror, looking in the back to try and throw some air.
Right now, Conklin knows the stakes to try and hold on here at Pocono. He felt like he had a good piece. He's had a solid piece all night. Looking to try and hold on with Dyson trying the outside.
Oh, 17's loose. 17's real loose. That's going to open the door. Vroman's got to run. He's going to go down to the bottom. No, back up to the top. No, back down to the bottom.
Here's the run from Vroman. Vrum to the inside. Conklin on the outside. Gets the zip. Conklin defends. They'll try again.
Oh, this is just fun. This is entertaining right here. Now, you know, that 17 is going to do all he can. You know, he can defend those blocks because of the, you know, the giant-ass mirror you got up in the car. But he's able to do it. It's easy to mess around with it, and that 41's going to give him a shot on the straightaway, and I think this battle's going to get real good in the last 24 laps.
Oh, this is going to get real feisty with the side-by-side right here. Opportunity on the inside. Conklin again, able to withstand that pressure. Here comes Dyson on the assist. Back and forth they go. Coming up to 23 laps to go. What's been a barn burner here from Pocono?
Oh boy! Oh man! Back there, Basin and Delaney are trying to catch up to this too. I think that they're not necessarily out of this either. They might have a little bit something to say if they can catch up to the draft. They got a ways to go to get there, but I think they can.
Oh, it's like that thought process. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. The question is, will they get that opportunity? Looking again, Conklin going to take a slow roll around the middle of the seams. Dyson again trying to assist with the run to help out Vroman. Not close enough to get a push this time as they all stay within close.
Oh boy. One bobble is all it takes. One mistake, one overdrive, just something out of Conklin. And then Vroman's there. Vroman can also, you know, grab another gear. He needs one. He's got a little bit of a run here, and the draft's going to help him out a lot. He's tight. He's tight. He had to lift a little bit, and that's where the run just vanished from him. He had no run there. He's going to have to get some help from his teammate behind him.
Right now, the outside seems to be rolling well from the 95. Again, a bobble for Vroom. It's time to make their way down the back straightaway. Decent distance of more than a second and a half nearly on that 6 machine. Of note, Nicholas Isaacs out of the race, 23rd is where he scored.
Man, in my head, I don't know why, but I'm seeing that last race in the movie Cars. Just seeing 3 cars going at it at the front. Other 2 ain't anywhere near it. But I got to admit, Conklin's starting to pull away a little bit. He's got a big gap starting to develop.
He's doing a good job maintaining, if you will. And right now, just playing his own race. Got the clean air advantage. Make it difficult for anyone else to get a chance. He's got an opportunity to keep the tires cool, if you will. And that's helping him out here, even though the others have had some decent speed on the draft pickup. $20 to go. This time by from Pocono. Here is Basin. He and Delaney are now within a second all of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't know if they're necessarily passing my eye test to get there to the end here yet. I don't think they can catch them unless they work together, and that would be highly unlikely considering their history. Remember, you go back and look at the All-Star race. They were side by side on the back straightaway, some contact. Basin went around and Delaney went on to win a race. You go to Charlotte, same type of situation. Both these guys going for the win. Delaney was able to take it away. And I got to tell you, man, right now, you know, I don't know if they want to help each other at all, but it might benefit them both. It looks like their speeds are there. They could probably catch them with that lap. Those 6 hit the wall a little bit, but I think they're closing in on them.
I think they definitely are. You see the difference. A tenth or so quicker the past couple. Now they have to find a way not only to get there, but also find a way to break up the Conti cars and then somehow get up to Conklin.
Got a long way to go, a huge hill to climb. You can see 0.2 of a second a lap between Delaney and Dyson. He got in the draft, and that's helping him out tremendously. Oh, this is going to be a 5-horse race. You know, taking bets, boys. I'm thinking Conklin's sitting pretty good, knowing the dirty air, how easy it is to manipulate it. But the rest of the guys, you know, they're not out of it.
Definitely not. It's going to require a lot of precision to make your way to the point. Coming up, still plenty of thought process to go. Keep in mind they have a 4-second cushion on everybody else here. Here's the next pack. Matthew David Wood behind Benefiel. Robert Miller back here also with Kalua.
Everybody's really spread out right now. I mean, it's just throughout the whole field. There's little packs of 4, little packs of 3. You know, that's kind of how it is throughout the entire field right now. You're not going to see very many, you know, large packs anymore. It's long enough. We had the green flag pit stops where it's not going to be that way anymore. You got just groups of cars working together right now, just trying to get to the end of this thing.
Why a race for some of those you've seen back there. Decent effort lately when it comes to what we've seen for Hastings in 13th, still picking up from his overall spots. It's one of those types of tracks you just have to plug away, and we've seen that all night.
16.5 laps to go this time through turn 2. And, you know, I'm starting to notice, I think Conklin's just controlling the gap right now. Vroman hasn't gotten as close as he has in the early part of the run. I don't see that Vroman character able to get there unless he has a little something he's saving in the tank.
He's absolutely being smart about it, absolutely. And that's kind of the game plan you have to have, is you've got the upper hand to play good defensively, use it.
Right now, we'll find out. Well, go ahead. We'll find out what he's got here in a minute. Oh, that's all I really wanted to say there.
And I think right now with the side-by-side we're seeing right here for some of the drivers like Hutchinson and company. Looking to clear. There's contact. True with a heavy hit it that time.
Last thing they want right now is a caution, because if a caution comes out, good Lord, changes the whole complexity of this race. But it's not saying it won't happen. It happens all the time, crazy places.
Seen very crazy things happen here. Not there in that situation, at least, as Wood battling with Miller.
This is back here for 7th and 8th, 2 teammates.
Doing a solid job in their fight. Well, can have some fun late between the two of them. We talked about them trying to work a little bit together here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. What a recovery, though, for the 16. We saw him wrecked a couple times. The guy almost went for the lead at one point, but, you know, top 10, actually, after all that chaos, I think isn't too shabby of a day.
definitely a solid effort. Kluot having a bit of a moment there.
I think the 6 of Delaney, though, has caught Dyson's draft pretty dang good. He's going to close him in any second now up towards the front. The 6 in the 41.
Now on the outside, Dyson again trying to find a way to keep clean air on the nose. Scraped the wall a bit that time. Our top 5, not much has been able to do different here in the course of this run. There's been no difference yet.
The major thing I'm
Caution.
noticing is...
Hold on one moment. The race has been disrupted. It's Pearson in the wall. And another one.
I cannot believe it. What happened to Neil Pearson?
And this changes everything. This could get interesting on tire sets, as I believe Hastings got a piece too, maybe. See this one more time.
Well, I hate to do this, but now I got to add another one to the collection.
I mean, eventually he's going to not disassemble his race. He has no disassemble on the back bumper. Yeah, Hastings got him. And this adds on to the damage that Hastings has had to deal with here in parts of the night. Here we go again. Now what do you do? 2 tires? 4 tires? No tires? This could get wild. Remember, no tires worked earlier.
I don't say you pit at all. I say stay out. We do not, you're not going to benefit at all really from pitting here. If you're in the front, if you're in the back, pit. Absolutely. If you're 5th on back, pit. But no, they all want to come on down. Sure, come on down. Why not?
And did anybody stay out? Nobody listened to that advice.
Wow, I'm stunned. I for sure was thinking these guys would stay out. I'm surprised.
Now it gets interesting. Where do the calls go? All of them, looks like Benefield rolled through his box for a moment. A lot of people on the right side. We've seen the 2 tires late usually, and a lot of people are doing exactly that. Conklin first off.
Tires ain't gonna hurt.
And now it's gonna be interesting how this goes from here. John Conklin up in front of Roman, Delaney, Dyson, Wood, Hutchinson. Too many stalls entering for the 98. That'll be Stephen Williams at the back of the field right now, running about the 15th spot before the penalty off pit road. Everybody else, no issues. And now we're coming up to what's going to be about a 10-lap dash, Kirk.
Oh boy. I wish I could tell you that this is going to be a standard restart, but I don't think so. I think what we're going to see is chaotic. I think people are going to try to get every advantage they can. I think people are going to take risks that they normally wouldn't make. It's kind of what you expect here when you come down to 10 laps to go in a race here, the full-length Cup Challenge. These guys really want it bad, and they have a good shot to be able to do it. As long as they are able to find a hole, they're going to put their car there.
Where they go is anyone's guess, as this time through around the cars will be Bobby Anderson with the wave around. He is still about 5 laps down. Never we got the opportunity to get back on the lead lap. And now the race is going to get wild yet again for this win here tonight here in the FLCC. As touched upon next time out, these drivers are going to have the opportunity to battle on a road course next week. It's going to be a different race than what we've seen, to say the very least, tonight, as we get ready to have some fun to close it out here at Pocono.
Oh man, I'm getting antsy. Getting real antsy right now. I might have to watch this standing up. I don't know if I can stay sitting down. Once we get out of turn number 3, I think I might take a gander at this. Man, I'm just so excited to see what they can do. There's a lot of cars that would love to get their first win of their season here. You know, Matthew David Wood, Ralph Hutchinson, Cameron Stone. They'd love that opportunity.
Just about ready to fire as Conklin warms up the tires. Conklin ready to try and see if he can hold off the pack for the final stretch. 75 laps led for the 17 tonight. Only has 10 more laps to have to do it. They'll stay buttoned up for the restart zone. Green flag is out, back underway. Roman with a little bit of tire spin. A little bit of bumping and banging as they try and push each other along.
Nobody's diving out yet. Nobody in this lead group at all. They're staying too wide up until corner. Here we go. 15 drivers making 3 wide for a second. So does the 83. Gallimore's going to be put 3 wide, and 3 wide for second place as Roman's on the top. Oh my goodness, he's going down to block that 16.
Big hardy block. Vroom vroom goes up to the outside. It's helping out Conklin as Delaney tries to squeeze on Wood. Right now, Delaney's got the run. There he clears for third. Right now, everyone rumbling through. A lot of snaking up at the front of the field. Some door-to-door battling as they make their way into one again. Nervousness has to be coming over the minds of some of these drivers here. Lots of opportunities for points right here and there. Miller amongst those carving his way. Wood stays in line. Caution flag is out. Spinner on the back straight away. Tanner Marti is around in the 29.
Looks like he had some help from the 62 and Neil Pearson. Yep. Let's take a look at it. Look at the 62 and the 29. 29 did a miraculous job to not hit the wall very hard at all. I think no damage to either car really on this, but watch what happens here.
Wow.
Yep. And this was amazing. He hit the wall a little bit, but not enough to where it hurt anything. I think Tanner, he'll be fine. He'll need to come down and get some tires. But other than that, I think he's fine.
62, part of the last 2 caution flags. And now, coming up to 7 to go. Obviously not expecting stops here. But all that remains the same. Conklin and co have to do it again. And last restart was very good for the 17. Does he do it again this time, Kirk?
Well, I think that 17 car's got this thing in the bag as long as he's able to get a good jump on the restart. We've seen it time and time again. That 17 car is able to do just miraculous things when he's got clean air. He's able to hang on to it. And again, think about this. He started from the pits. He started from the pits, which again reiterates the talent level that 17's got. And I think that this is going to be hard for Vroman to come back and try and win this thing. Vroman would have to send it in pretty deep on him. Delaney's there, though. Matthew David Wood. I mean, it's not over necessarily for those guys, but I'd say I'd give that 17 and 80% chance here. And that's just pulling a number out of my tail, but I think that's what it is.
And they'll still have a lot of time to go here to work with, as Zozak, Marty, and Anderson were the only drivers who went down pit road. Lucky Dog, Tower Hunter. 2 laps down now for the 48. But this one. Why do we take an opportunity? We already spoke to Conklin earlier. He's in focus mode. Let's talk with Nicholas Vroman, who's ready to attack for his sake, if we can. And usually is an interesting person to talk to, Nicholas Vroman. First things first. Hello. How are you feeling about the race?
You know, I'm feeling pretty good, man. I'm having fun. I can't complain. How are you guys liking broadcasting it?
We're having fun. We're having fun tonight. So, now, obvious question. What's it going to take to beat the 17?
You know, I've been sitting here contemplating, man. I think we just might have to YOLO on a restart. If we get a black flag, we get a black flag. I mean, pretty much locked in the playoffs. I think we're just here for wins. This TCSP Team Conti sim performance got a heck of a set under us tonight. I think it might be the best thing out here on the track.
So far tonight, only the one land lap, but you've had pace in the top 5 all evening. Again, overall, how would you describe the way this race has gone as all of a sudden the clouds have gone over the racetrack?
Yeah, hopefully a big hail falls right on Conklin's dongan, like his noggin. What am I looking for? Noggin? Knocks him out a little bit. That'd be pretty cool. His noggin.
The first one is a completely different one. Okay. Once you get back to the restart.
Thanks, man.
Well, Nicholas Vroman, everybody.
Did he say what I thought he said?
Yes, he did. We apologize for those who may take offense. I mean,
I don't.
I mean, let's find out what he was willing to do here. I don't think they're going to clear a black flag if he just does what he's going to try and do.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, try and jump on the outside. Jump the restart. No, not the other one.
Oh, good. Okay. That's repairable. The other one, I don't know.
And
yep.
As Nicholas Rowan just told the field, he's going to YOLO it here. Let's
I
find
just
out.
thought about Justin. I just thought about what that would have sounded like, and I assume it'd be something like this.
If you have a metal plate, maybe.
Yeah, you got it. Oh man, let's get excited. We got a good one. 5 laps to go in the race. Which one of them is going to come out on top? And there's so much that could happen. I mean, Vroman's pumped. You heard it in his voice. He's excited.
So now that Vroom Vroom was on the radio, everybody has gotten to a very electric atmosphere, let's say that. We're ready to see how we go for 5 more laps.
Woo!
5 to go from Pocono. Conklin's now led half the race. Delaney all over the back bumper of Conklin. Conklin says, I'm going to weeble wobble too for you. Let's go to the restart zone. There's the jump attempt, and it wasn't a strong one. Back on her way. Vroman doesn't have the help yet. Now he's got it from Wood. Gonna have to be perfect out of 2, though. Coming through 1, rather, to get alongside for 2.
Oh, this is it, boys. This is it. Look out, 4 wide for second. Who's gonna get it? Oh, no, they're side drafted. Yeah, there goes Conklin. He's gone.
Oh, and here we go. Hutchinson across the field. Slams down the track. The 62 is in it again. He's got the disqualification limit. And it's the hat trick. 3 straight cautions for the 62 involved. but the 19 was the trigger.
Yeah, and only one of them was really his fault, but yeah, this one was bad. A huge hit for the 19 of Hutchinson. I saw him go up to the wall and was like, oh man. Man, that did not look good. Was it? Oh no, please don't tell me. Oh, it may have been. I think Benefield I don't know if they had contact. It was very little if he did.
He definitely got loose. I can't tell if that's because the arrow of Benefield, or, I mean, definitely Benefield got the contact never got very loose. Let's see this again.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah, I think it was arrow because the 83 was right in that bubble where it makes the car in front of you very loose. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Paul Gallimore involved, Tanner Marty again involved. Oh no. Man, my heart hurt. That hurt.
Welcome back to the... Hutchinson said himself he thought he was loose before he was touched.
Good. Very happy to hear it. Man, that sucks. I feel bad for everybody involved in that one. The 83. Yeah, 83 just got a bunch of front end damage. He was in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
Yeah, that might be a trouble spot. It's either he stays out and loses spots, or he gets repairs and loses a bunch of spots. Drivers like Kluot, who have been in the top 10 with strategy all throughout this, got a little bit of disgrace. Maybe. Let's see if he has some. Robert Miller definitely does. A couple others also dealing with damage as a result of the incident. And we're going to go into green, white checker territory. Unlimited attempts, so up to 15 in this series. And as Roman continues to try and justify the first part of what he mentioned in terms of the hail process, including finding cities named after what he said. Yes, that's a real thing going on apparently on the radio. Right now, Andrew Dyson is one of the few we haven't talked to. One of the drivers that might be trying to focus on trying to find a way to get the Conti car in the top 3. Right now, Dyson in 4th. Andrew, haven't talked to you in a little bit here. And how would you describe the night so far in Pocono?
A bit up and down. I've had some good racing.
One moment.
Okay. So yeah, it's been up and down. Yeah, had a pretty good run, but I still feel really bad. I got into Hunter at one point there. I just want to clarify to everyone who's listening or who may listen back. I wasn't trying to side draft him. I was just trying to get back in line there and be in the train. But in the moment, I felt like I got pulled in towards him at the last second there. Like I felt like my wheel was getting pulled to the right, and the next thing we're wrecking. So I mean, I got to own it. It's on me, whether it's bad eye prediction or whatever it was. But other than that, race has been good. Working with Roman, we're trying to make something happen there. But now we're just sort of in this part of the race now where we're trying to survive and just get a good finish at the end, hopefully, because I don't really feel like, unless you're sort of on the front row or behind the leader, you're not really in with a good chance to get to the front. But I'm going to do the best I can.
Yeah, there was a little error in terms of that contact thing you're referring to as well, that factored in that section you're talking about. But to win this race, what's the plan? Are you helping out your Conti teammate who's been very active in terms of the thought process outside of that battle? But what's your plan to get the win here, as for some reason he is now bumping the leader?
Well, yeah, he's just having a bit of fun, I think. Which is pretty normal for Roman. So yeah, no, I'm just going to try to do the best I can to help him out. If I can find myself into a position to go for it, I'm certainly going to go for it. I don't really have a plan. I think you just got to play your cards as they sort of present here. So I'll do the best I can with that. But before you kick me out of here, Adam Benefield has specifically asked for the broadcast to show the front of his car so he can see his damage. Please.
It's bad, by the way.
It's really bad.
Okay.
So in other words, tell him he is a parachute.
Okay, I'll let him know.
Yes, because if you look at his nose, he's running 8. It's got a dent the size of the entire rear end of a race car. In other words, it's a couple minutes.
Damn. Okay, well, I'll let him know, but he's probably watching and listening anyway.
Yep. Thank you very much. Yep. I'm not sure if you're seeing this either because you're driving, but
I haven't got it on.
It's bad. All right. There's the damage that Benefield asked. Once you get back to your team and let you realize that the car is toast.
Yeah, I will do that. Thank you, boys. Have a good call. Wish me luck.
Adam
Good luck.
Andrew Dyson, off and away he goes. And, I mean, that's a way to find out. If you can't get someone to tell you on the radio, ask a teammate.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, Delaney?
I think there's no way he took on short field the car, right? Should be good to go.
Yeah, he should be fine. Should be fine. Unless I'd be surprised.
It'd be he had the shortest time on pit road out of anybody. It would have been, if he did that, would have been for the balance of the car. Just taking up to the end. But again, if we get to the white flag, he doesn't have to worry about that.
And look at Cameron Stone top 10 too. That's cool.
Up to 7th. Green, white checker territory. Good restart from the inside. Great one, in fact, for Conklin.
Oh, they put Matthew David Wood in the wall. Oh, he saves it. Luckily, he didn't get turned. But that slows the outside line momentum down.
Battle for second, still side by side. Conklin now sees Vroman try and clear. They're holding each other back. Still side by side. Contact behind. Dyson, a little bit of contact. One and driver the wall. Kept to the wall. Benefiel, as no one dies. Benefiel is that driver who hit the wall. Now they're still side by side for second.
Oh my goodness, this is going to be the battle for the eventual win. If you get you need to get clear right now, right here, right now. Otherwise, it's gone. It's over with.
Delaney's the one that gets clear, but it's going to require a miracle to get up to Conklin. The gap is already 6/10. Coming up to the white flag, this time by from Pocono.
Everybody keeps it straight. We get the white. Next flag will end the race.
Right now, Basin trying to find his way up in the top 3. The 06 rumbles his way low. Vroman stays up on the top side. Slide up. They keep themselves side by side as they battle their way down the back straightaway. And as Dyson now tries to retake the 4th spot, Conklin is well and truly in safety. Top 3 looks secure. Contact of the top 5 against the wall. Sean Conklin started this race from pit road tonight. Originally, he mentioned he was waking up a little bit late. Got himself in the session in time for the start afterwards and takes the win from bed to pits to win.
He had the fastest lap of the race, too, on that last lap.
52.162 gets the purple lap. Win number 6 for Sean Conklin.
Well, I'll be. Now, he put on the Jets. He's awake now, not tired anymore. He's got them reflexes. He's good. He's excited. He's happy. 6 wins is, I'm trying to go back to the last season. I'm trying to think who had the most wins. I'm going to go take a look at that, but, that's really good numbers there. He has a good shot at this championship.
2025. Season that we've seen fair amount of drivers battle for wins. Season high was 6. He's tied that mark, and we're not even through June yet.
Exactly. That was my feeling. I was like, there's no way that this is there's no way that this was going to be I guess not a record. I really thought it was going to be a record here. 6 already. It's amazing.
So Sean Conklin burns it down with Delaney and Vroom Vroom in the top 3. Nicholas Roman rounds out your top 3 ahead of Dylan Basin and Cameron Stone. All within about a second and a half as well with Andrew Dyson. Blake Colott over Matthew David Wood, Timothy Harper, Hunter Truell, the top 10.
Finishing here in 11th will be Brandon Hastings. Great recovery. Paul Gallimore, same thing. Great recovery. Stephen Williams, great day. Top 15. So proud of you, bud. Robert Miller comes home 14th. 15th, Kevin Zosiak. Well done, top 15, buddy. Tanner Marty, 16th, 17th will be William Owens. Ralph Hutchinson in 18th, 19th will be Adam Benefield. And Tyler Hunter rounds out your top 20 finishers.
21st went to Bobby Anderson, 22nd went to Neil Pearson. He got the disqualification on the evening as he reached the incident marks. Then you have Nicholas Isaacs and Casey Graves DNFs this evening, along with Galata, O'Brien Jr., Murray, Moore, Lucas Hoitzma, and Evan Mesnard, your top 30. Rest of the drivers looked like this. Devin Medeiros, along with Jason Taylor. Dave Hoitzma also out, along with Johnny Avila. Alan Duggar only made it about a lap here tonight from an early incident. So drivers already getting themselves lined up for post-race coverage here on Maconi Entertainment. Well, a few minutes before this race, Sean Conklin was waking up to get himself to the computer, get it booted up, get in the session, had to start from pit road. He goes from the bed to the pits to victory lane. Sean, you tied last season's season high in victories, and you do it in June after having to start from pit road. How are you feeling?
It feels great, honestly, especially at a track like this, because I honestly went into this just, I didn't expect to win, not because I didn't think I had the pace, just there's so many circumstances that can happen at a track like Michigan or Pocono. So I really thought I would struggle at these type of tracks, but we got on the right side of strategy after stage 2 and just kind of stayed there, and we were able just to manage the gap. Some of the guys behind me were really good in turn 1, and I really couldn't get myself through there fast as I could turns 2 and 3, but we were able to manage on and take home the win.
Were you feeling any pressure on those late race restarts with the way the cautions were faring out, or were you feeling a bit comfortable with knowing you had the clean air? And we seen the jump on the past 3 restarts was upwards of 6/10, especially in that last one.
Yeah, the restarts were really, really stressful. Because if the guy in second gets to your outside and he's able to hang there through 1, then he's got it. He's pretty much got the lead coming out of 2 probably. But yeah, we were able to get some good restarts, some good pushes. But yeah, as soon as you get clean air, you can just kind of give dirty air to whichever lane you want, and just kind of keep them side by side. And that's what I tried to do there on that last restart, and it worked out. We were able to pull away and cross the line comfortably.
That in mind, next week is the interesting one because you already know the question. Naval Base Coronado, how are you feeling about that? Because you got a couple races coming up there.
I bring that one on. That's one I've had circled. Looking forward to it in the Coke Series. Definitely looking forward to it here. It's a fun track. It's a difficult track. I think the combination of the Cup car and all those bumps around that place, it might be one of the hardest combinations on the sim to be consistent with. So I'm sure there will be a lot of carnage there because it's just such a tight racetrack in some points. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. And then we got Sonoma after that. So I think a good stretch for me coming up here with the road courses, and then we'll get back to the ovals.
Anyone want to give a shout out to here tonight?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Ryko Performance, as always, RFK, Fastenal, Bodyguard, all those guys that support me, and another big supporter in the chat was Pete. He was really I didn't get to read much of them, but I went back and saw him. He's just been a really big supporter of mine, and I appreciate him very deeply.
Well, on that note, congratulations on the win here tonight.
Thank you.
Sean Conklin gets the win here tonight, and believe it's going to have a interesting conversation with that certain person. Jonathan Delaney in second tonight is with Kirk.
Hey, Jonathan, Kirk up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, man, you got yourself P2 today on that last restart. You got side by side with Roman. And I mean, when you get side by side, that side draft slows you both down. Was there anything you had for him if you would have had that clear, you think? Or do you think it was a one-man horse race today?
Definitely not there at the end. We were we were just too tight there at the end. We didn't adjust enough for the two tires, so we were just too tight. And even if that would have gone another lap or two, Basin or Conklin was just too far out front, and it's incredibly hard to pass here just with dirty air. I mean, turn one and turn three, you can move around a little bit. But turn two, you just lose so much time. It's just one single lane. Everyone drives the same entry, same exit. There's no way to move around there, and you're just kind of stuck. So you could be 2-3 tenths faster everywhere else on the racetrack, but you're going to lose another 2-3 tenths just in turn two alone. So all night was incredibly hard passing. You had to either get lucky with people getting tight or loose, or hitting the wall, or messing up, or you were just able to generate a good enough run to pass them off the exit and use the draft or side draft them to pull them back and get around them. But yeah, I mean, I made so many driver mistakes tonight. I first pit after the first stage, I half spun it, coming into my box. I started back in like 25th and worked my way back up front, ran like 8th or something, and then sped on pit road coming off the exit, and that put us back in the field once again. And yeah, we were just struggling all night just to keep track position. And yeah, this track, I love racing this track. It's my home track. But it just with this kind of aero model we have, and it just sucks trying to pass. And I mean, it's been like this for years, but it's just something you got to deal with. But makes for some pretty interesting racing. It sucks at times, but makes you kind of move around a little bit, work the different lanes, and and kind of involves strategy trying to get out in front. But yeah, I'm really happy with the P2. We got some good stage points, and I think if I wouldn't have had that speeding penalty there towards the end of the race, we might have been able to have something for Conklin. I think we had a really good car after about 20 laps or so. I think we were really fast long run. Car was really good. Had really no complaints all night. So but yeah, I'll take P2. I'm happy with that.
Well, Jonathan, I got to ask you here before we let you go. Is there anybody you want to shout out after finishing P2 and a good one?
Yeah, just everyone at Black Flag. It was kind of a rough one for us tonight, but yeah, it was a rough one last week for us too. But we're doing pretty good. I don't know if we're still leading the team championship points, but we're doing really good there, team championship. Hopefully we can keep going strong there and finish out the season on top. Shout out you guys for broadcasting this, the league admins that put this together. Shout out to everyone who watches and everyone who raced tonight. And yeah, that's all I got. Thank you guys.
And thank you, Jonathan. Two-time champion Jonathan Delaney comes home P2 tonight. Back to you, Justin.
Third spot tonight went to Nicholas Roman. Nicholas Roman getting the chance to finish in the podium here tonight. What happened to the oil strat?
So I tell you what, Dongen is a town in North Brabant, Netherlands. So it's a town located near Tilburg and Breda. Its rich history legacy tied to leather and shoe manufacturing. So basically what I was saying is, in Ken Byron's pastime, the leader, the commander of Ryko, he was once a shoe leather person. He used to build shoes before he built sets. And I think that's why he's so good at building sets, because he built some pretty damn good shoes in his past life.
Uh-huh.
Oh, man.
So what did that have anything to do with the last restarts?
Honestly, I thought the one I did really good. I thought we were good, and then Delaney was getting a hell of a good restart when he pushed Sean out in front of me. That kind of pissed me off a little bit. Honestly, half the time I just talk shit, and I don't really do what I say I'm going to do. So, yeah, we'll take a P3.
How do you feel about Coronado?
I won't be here. I'm going on vacation next week. I will not be here. I will not be here Friday night. I will not be here Saturday night. I will be in bed by 8:30, watching on my cell phone, listening to Kurt give the boogity boogity countdown.
Boogity. All right.
All righty. Where are you going on vacation, if you don't mind me asking?
We're gonna meet up with some friends. No. We're going to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's about halfway between the girlfriend or the fiance's, her friends, and us. About halfway. So we're gonna go there. Family's gonna meet up. We're gonna do, I don't know, whatever Pittsburgh people do, like hit some steel or something. I guess, I don't know.
Well, anyone want to give a shout out to here tonight?
Yeah, man. Shout out to the people in Netherlands living in Dongen. You know, it sounds like a cool place. I actually want to visit there one day now. Shout out to you guys up in the booth, the admins. I'm sure this post race is going to be pretty fun. Everybody on track, man. I don't think I killed anybody. That was my fault, but I don't know. Did I kill anybody tonight?
I don't.
No,
remember.
you did not. You did not.
All right, cool. So I didn't kill anybody, so that's cool. There might be a lot of mad people though. Shout out to Conti, man. Dyson was working well with me there at the end. You know, Conti building the sets. He's a pretty cool guy, I guess. They're pretty fast. And yeah.
Congratulations on the podium.
Thank you.
Nicholas Vroman. Send him up to the fun house, if you will. Also known as the motor coach. I'd like to apologize for his language again. As we move through to close our post-race coverage, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in and listening to our interview, or take part in the interviews rather, from Maconi Entertainment. Kurt, your final thoughts on tonight's FLCC race here from Pocono.
Tonight was one of the races of all time, and Pocono was definitely exactly what we expect out of these cars. And I learned about triangles, was about the most I'm taking away from it tonight. Didn't really learn much else, but added to my collection. That was good, but that's all I got for you.
All I can think about is, did Nicholas Vroman spend that time Googling more than he thought
Yes,
about
he
the
did.
plan? I mean, it was an interesting night. He's got his wins. Still need points, though. Now, in all seriousness, it's time to say goodbye. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in for tonight's wacky race here from Pocono. I'd like to thank our producer, Morgan Cook, along with my co-announcer, Kirk Mills, for being here tonight. I'm Joseph Prince saying so long. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Be sure to tune in next week, because we go to a place we haven't gone before. The deep confines of San Diego. Naval Base Coronado on the docket, on the schedule. Be sure to tune in next week. Maconi Entertainment. Good night from Pocono.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need: Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.